Hello, everyone. Welcome to Duluth, Minnesota. Nothing like the real Duluth, Minnesota, and nothing like a secret werewolf game to get you in the mood for secret Duluth, Minnesota. That's right, secrets and secrets is how I operate in this game. But secrets aside, as the brave team of Remy, Charlotte, and Sylvie race to the Hanged Man, another newcomer is also arriving at the Hanged Man. Probably just before they are. It's been a long drive, your family kind of set you off. But coming back to Duluth, it's it feels like good times, good memories. Today's the place to be at, except for this guy with the big fucking gun who met you on the border and basically asked you a shit ton of questions with a gun pointed in your face. But once you checked out, were let in. He's taking you to buy you a drink. Why? Well, you're not going to ask the glasswalker Rune a question, are you? Are you?
Oh, you better believe I'm not asking him anything, no.
And eventually you pull up to the bar. Probably, we'll say just about 2 minutes before the other crew arrive. He opens the door, and pretty much the bar looks like this, and he'll just look over at you and go, "Take a seat. My boss will be here to see you in a bit. Go on, kid."
And of course, Wilhelm will sit down.
And he'll be like, "Yo, Mandy, shot in a brew. Beer for the new guy." Punks Wilhelm in the back of the head with the gloved hand.
Yeah, whiskey, please.
The girl, Mandy, this girl, you wouldn't recognize her. She just give it like a little bright little smile. She's got the bright blue hair, that's clearly dyed, and she'd pass out, pour a shot of whiskey for both of you, and slide the beer over the siege engine. Just gives you a smile. You look around, and it's not busy hour. You see two men. The two men you see there, they're chatting to each other. It seems to be pretty low. The other one in a kind of more grayish beige suit is kind of definitely beat eyeing you as you walked in, but it's nothing like, he's not like eye fucking or anything. But I will say this, you get the distinct impression of Shadow Lord. That's all I'm going to say is just Shadow Lord, and everything seems to watch you in here. Even when you look around the right way, it's like, ooh. You can get that little shiver up your spine, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't help but just look over the corner of your shoulder because you get the feeling that something's watching you.
Yeah, peak Shadow Lord. Definitely. But, I should also say, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to feel, anything but alone at the moment in here. So Wilhelm is a little on edge.
Yeah, Mandy's kind of cleaning the counter, and she'll be like, "Hey, don't mind Siege Engine. He's just a big grump lately. Don't worry about it."
Oh, who, him? Oh, no. No. See, when you grow up in a family like mine, you get used to Big Bruiser, Big Brother. You know what I mean? Or a cousin or something. Yeah.
Nods. Then you'd be right at home then. Smile.
Oh, I love it. I love it here. I love this.
Good. Let me know if you need anything. She's like walking across the edge of the bar, and you can spell odd, which is odd. You're not expecting in this place. That's children of guy, pure breed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is super odd.
It's like, huh? Shadow Lord, Shadow. Oh. And, Wilhelm, you're kind of sitting there drinking, and this is when the crew, the immaculate crew of Charlotte, Sylvie, and Remy will arrive outside of El Hangman.
All right. So by the time they've pulled up, having dropped off Melanthe, I assume, to basically make initial reports to the Furies and whatnot, make sure she goes and files everything known to man. We'll coax the others to stay in the car, probably. Being like, look, I know we need to hit this place anyways. One of the bigger Thayers is over here, so we're going to go to the Hangman. You need to talk to him anyways, right? Is it Sylvie?
Yes.
All right. So, mind your manners. The Hanged Man is hands down their territory. Their rules. Glances at both to make sure that, they each get that good second of eye contact that, like, I'm serious.
Manners minded.
All right. And then, so there's the driving process, pulling up, parking. Probably with a borrowed vehicle. And yeah, just snags the keys, hops out. For what it's worth, doesn't seem especially uncomfortable or anything. She's not throwing off any vibes of like, be on your fucking guard. She's pretty comfortable here. So, well, just hops out the car, waits for the other two to hop out before she locks it.
Yeah, I mean, you all enter. You can hear the music playing. You probably see Wilhelm. I'm not going to say that without a German accent. Sorry.
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm. At the bar, you see Mandy. Well, for Sylvie and out Remy over there, you see like a clearly like a dye job, like blue hair girl, like cleaning up at the bar. Both of you get the distinct sense of like Shadow Lord. This is just Shadow Lord country. And you get, as you both are walking, you do get the definite sense, like you kind of look over, you're constantly feeling yourself looking over your shoulder, like constantly, just because there's eyes fucking everywhere, but you can't see anything.
I'm gonna go get some alcohol.
Good plan.
All right.
Sounds like a good idea.
She'll let the other two do their thing and, glance over. If she gets eye contact with Vincent, he gets a little, just polite nod, the yo nod.
Vincent seems to be talking to this guy. They seem to be doing some sort of business. You just get the idea, essentially. It's like they're just like reading over, talking about stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll let the other two scamper in front of her. We'll follow along, glancing around to see if she can recognize where anyone else is, I guess.
These two are chatting, Siege Engine's just taking a shot. And you can just see them blatantly chatting to each other. You see one or two other Shadow Lord kin as well. I will refer to you to look at the Shadow Lord section in the Kinfolk area. Mm-hmm. Everyone apart from Natalia is there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But you see, like, Anton's obviously talking to Siege Engine about something. He's kind of like, yeah, you see that type of wave. You know what I mean? But no sign of the boss man just yet. His booth is empty.
Gasp. Well, in that case, yeah, she'll just let the other two find their spots at the bar. We'll find herself a spot at the bar.
As Sylvie and Remy slide up, you will see, this, again, blue-haired girl. She's, like mid, probably topping up something for fucking Siege Engine. You can even see it the way she's like, I'm just going to get a picture for him and Anton. You can even see her like planning that in her head. Of course, there's Wilhelm.
I'm sorry. I totally blanked. Is he being talked to? I'm an idiot.
I don't think so. I was waiting for Remy and Sylvie to do something.
Okay.
Well, Remy has to wait for the bartenders to free up. But when she does, hello there.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm going to get a Cosmopolitan, and my friend here is going to get pure grain alcohol.
Yes.
Just a nod. She just kind of raises an eyebrow and just like you actually see her distinctly go, and she just nods to herself like, yeah, okay. She like very calmly walk over and she will like, you actually see her making the full Cosmopolitan and just slides over the baked Alaska with it going, for you and your friend.
Yes. Pink convert.
I appreciate it.
She'll just rub her blonde hair, her blue hair, and just kind of nod and kind of lean up to go talk to one of the other Shadow Lord kin at the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte was gonna be just, I'm just gonna slide in on one side of this gaggle of people, and the and pure grain alcohol, and she kind of sputters because, god damn it, ragabashes are great. I'll climb up onto a seat, glance
Yeah,
over
man.
at Wilhelm, activate like one whole gift.
I mean, you can smell the pure breed off him.
Oh, that yes, but it'll tell me off the bat whether he's kinfolk or Guru.
He's a guru.
Nerp.
So actually, upon seeing Charlotte sit down, Wilhelm is actually going to take his drink and slink over toward her. If it's possible, he'll sit right next to her, and he will, very he will very pointedly lift his chin a little longer than necessary to show some throat, and he will stretch out a hand and he will say, Charlotte, I'm Wilhelm Crow. Good to meet you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte sits down. She's like, okay, Guru, whatever. He gets up, starts coming over. She's like, what the fuck? It's this like, oh god, is it the scar? Is that why oh. And yeah, she'll kind of quirk a brow, but offer up a hand. She gives a little nod when he does the tip of the chin because, oh, good, ominous, no ominous. But it's still one of those things where when she finally does take the hand, yes, and I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, it's okay. Wilhelm Crow, but not Wilhelm with a W. Wilhelm with a V. My family is traditional like that. Hey, so sorry for just walking up on you. I was told who you were and how to identify what you looked like, and yeah. Well, anyway, I'm new, pretty new, but I mean, can we talk freely in here? Yeah.
This isn't a nation establishment, yes.
Excellent. Okay. So, Raya. See, I'm a very humble Cleith, and I was wondering if there was any room on your pack. The Ravens told me that you were good people, so I figure, hey, why not try and join up?
The just expression, because I mean, Charlotte could try to not show anything, but let's face it, her running tally with pack mates and all, and the fight it usually is to get them secured and then lose them. She hears all that and just looks kind of dumbfounded for like a solid couple moments. Like, wait, what? Like she straight up blue screens for just a minute.
So I mean, I won't lie. I was told that you have lost, many pack mates. But I mean, hey, to me, that's part of the draw, because to me, that lets me know you're going to get into some pretty, interesting situations, that there's never really a dull moment with you. So I figure, hey, why not throw in with you?
And Raimi just looks over his shoulder like, what the fuck is Moon on Snow here?
Yeah, she just blinks a few times. Screaming. Oh my god. Between random Moon on Snow appearances and random babies falling out of the sky. All right. But yes, there's a hot second of just straight dumbfounded. Oh, all right. We can certainly go into talks. You said you know the Ravens?
Yes. I first changed in front of them.
Ah.
Yeah, we had a little fight with a particularly gruesome looking Formori, and yeah.
Gruesome looking, so pretty good across the board description for Fomori.
It was about as Formori as you can get. It had some like weird arm spikes and nasty acid blood. I mean, it was your generic Formori.
Yeah, for Mori. Okay.
Or so I'm told. I mean, it was the only one I've ever encountered. Sure, it won't be the last.
And Torna, I'm assuming he's been reared up elsewhere and then shipped back over.
He left when he made Cleith for a bit. He made Cleith and then went off back home.
Oh, so she's seen him around at some point in the background.
And probably a long time ago. You probably would have barely any memory of him.
Right. Well, give me a chance to, I mean, feel free to run with me when I go out, but, yeah, give me a chance to meet you properly, and I don't see why not. Are you familiar with Harrier?
No, not at all. But I'm absolutely intrigued to learn about Harrier. I assume that's the totem, right?
Back totem. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I know nothing, so teach me something. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, tell you to teach me something. I'm asking. You know, please teach me something.
Let me lead with a question. As she finally, like, glances over to try to catch Mandy's eye and like, beckon her over, like, sweet Jesus, I need a drink. I can't cope with this. This isn't even reality right now.
Mandy's like big blue hair kind of bops forward. She leans down. Yeah, wallaby, hon.
Oh, fuck it, a screwdriver. I don't even need to be fancy right now.
You were trying to be fancy?
No, not with a screwdriver. Just means you can... Yeah, screwdriver. Really, really hard screwdriver.
Don't worry, Charlotte. I know how much of a lightweight you are. You're fine. She gives a smile.
Okay. So, leading question. If you've heard about my history with my packs, I'm glad that you're eager, but why so eager?
Oh, well, I mean, so I honestly blame it on just boredom. So I'm eager to join a pack because packs see lots of interesting things, and when I get bored, I tend to try and find something interesting to do. But see, mundane things like going camping or going on some kind of cross-country road trip, that's boring. That's been explored. But everything about this world is new to me. Everything about the nation and all it stands by and stands against, all that is new to me. So I'm very eager to see all it has to offer, the good and the bad, because it's all interesting and new. At the same time, I would like to join you specifically because, to be honest, I was told that your totem does tend to be a little more cohesive to you know, moving around. So we wouldn't just be in Duluth all the time. You know, we would have a chance of going somewhere more so than like another pack. So, I mean, how else can I answer your question?
My pack does move from sub to sub a great deal.
Well, hey, there you go. So, yeah.
All right. Then follow-up question. Your curiosity, your eagerness to see. Will you have the self-control to stop when you're told to?
Yes, I am a team player. So growing up, it was all about the team sports. Now, I will admit, violence of the kind that we would be getting into as a as a pack of Garou is not the same as playing football. That being said, you always do what the coach tells you. Since you are Raya, you're the coach, or at least the quarterback. So we listen to what you say.
Or at least the quarterback. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, because okay, look, if you are, gonna put things into a football perspective, I suppose the coach would be, alpha, and then for us, you would be the quarterback, and also those guys back there are probably laughing at me, but that's how I see things.
I mean, you can hear Anton and Siege Engine snickering. Like Siege Engine.
I mean, they're not being quiet, so
No, they're not. They're really not.
yeah.
There's like that half second of side eye, like, are you cracking a joke at my expense or his? That's literally all the glance is.
Just fucking Anton's he's not even looking over at you, just like, looks over at Siege Engine, who's like, as he takes a drink, you can hear the punchline hitting Siege Engine, starts that, that slow wheeze.
Does he sound like he's slowly deflating, like certain other people we know?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he'll Siege Engine lean over. He does, doesn't he? That they start laughing together.
I wouldn't think much of it. It's worse if they don't bother noticing enough to even crack a joke.
Oh, come on. I don't care that they're laughing at me. I mean, look, I come from a family of kin. We laugh at each other. I mean, we fight each other. That's just how it is. But at the end of the day, we're still on the same team. You get me?
Absolutely. Well, I won't perhaps turn around and say, Ominous Dominus, welcome to the team, but you are, I assume, staying on Zep now?
Yeah, in the public housing.
All right, then, you know what? Just make sure that, I and those two, she, like, flicks a finger down the bar towards, Raimi and Sylvie, know where in the public housing you are, because there's about 500,000 rooms at this point. And, I'll keep you on call for the next couple missions that I'm running. We'll see if we can work together.
Very cool. Okay. Let me give you some information. And yeah, Wilhelm is going to just grab a napkin and borrow a pen, and he's just going to start writing down some stuff, some like contact information.
Stuff and things. That's all he gives her back. It just says stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Here you go, baby. Stuff and things. Stuff and things. You know you want my stuff and things. Get in on that stuff and things.
Walks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
She'll even
walks off.
Oh
No.
Lord.
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
he fills out this whole card.
Oh Jesus Christ. Is it all orderly and tidy and shit?
Of course it is.
Oh Jesus. I'm not giving you the lip bite, not even for an orderly info card. But Charlotte does, however, look kind of, again, it's somewhere between amused and stunned. And you know what? She's gonna let that happen. She's not even gonna be mad about it. And we'll gesture over to the other two. That'd be Raimi, and that would be Sylvie, both Cleiths as well. You're probably best getting reacquainted now that you're back on Sept. I have seen you before, right? Like, squints at him like, please tell me I'm not making that up.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I was being, I guess, brought up around the same time that, well, I mean, I think his name was David?
Probably.
Was making a ruckus. Anyway. Sorry.
Whatever the case. I'd say stay fairly close. What if I can ask why are you at the Hanged Man?
Oh, Siege Engine brought me here.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I was expected to be met for someone to meet me at the border, but Siege Engine over there, you know. Anyway, so he brought me here, and I didn't feel that it was necessary to ask why, and he didn't feel the need to tell me, so I figured I'd find out at some point.
good guess. Pretty likely. Right.
Yeah.
Like, kind of glancing around, like, what is even happening right now? What is my life, essentially? And she'll probably, honestly, kind of not shoo him so much as, just kind of gesture him over to talk to the other two so that she can figure out what in the world is happening around here.
So Wilhelm will excuse himself and take his drink and go stand between Sylvie and
Hello,
Rainy.
hello, get a
Amy.
Fenris.
Yes, there are so many names. Excuse me. Yeah.
Hello,
between
hello, get a
Amy
Fenris. Are we doing get a Fenris things?
And
and-
just like leans forward so you can see Sylvie again. Now with this individual just there, like, hello.
Yeah, Sylvie kind of peeks around him at Raimi with a raised eyebrow.
Well, hello there, fella. What can we do you for?
Oh well, I am Wilhelm Crow. And are you guys with Charlotte?
Ish.
Ish. Okay. Well, if you are with her, then hi. Wilhelm Crow, get a Fenris. Maybe your new packmate soon. Who knows?
Okay.
All
right.
right.
Let's keep going down this line of thought as Raimi perches and seems to coil atop the bar stool. So, how long you been here, buddy?
Oh, in Duluth?
Yeah, let's go
Well-
with that.
Okay. Well, just a little while. Okay, so I came back because I went back to see my family after I was promoted to Cleith. And, well, I mean, here I am.
Okay, that makes you local, almost a prodigal son.
I mean, something like that. My family,
Something like that.
consistently turns out at least 2 Garu every generation. So,
Okay,
Oh wow,
You're-
that's pretty consistent.
it's potent.
yeah. So, I mean, I personally hope to bring honor to the family and to the tribe and to the nation. But yeah, that's kind of our thing. That's what we do.
I mean, what Get Family doesn't?
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, Wilhelm Crow, Ragabash, at your service.
You just came here of your own volition to glad hand us.
Oh no, Siege Engine brought me here. I just decided to introduce myself. You don't get anything
Okay.
done in life without showing some initiative.
All right.
You are absolutely correct, Wilhelm.
Indeed. Well, I guess if this is your imperative, can stay with us for the time being.
Oh, trust me, I will. I am the most.
Oh, that's right. You're new. I almost forgot. And he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a set of those like cheap styrofoam earplugs and hands them over. You're gonna need these. Unless you have some home or apartment of your own that we don't know about.
Oh, right. No, I actually will accept these. Thank you.
Absolutely, you're gonna need them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just put them in before bed or roughly around the stroke of midnight, and you'll be okay.
Oh, that's why. Okay. I so I thought that's what you meant, but I was not just gonna assume that. Thank you very much. It's kind of you. Sorry, your name was
Remy Olson.
Remy Olson. Damn fine to meet you. And Miss, your name is
Sylvie Iverson.
Sylvia Iverson. Very good to meet you.
Properly introduced, Emma Therge of the Get of Fenris. Born on 2 legs.
I like that. Born on 2 legs. Same for me.
Ragabash of the nation. Born on 2 legs into the Get of Fenris.
Holy shit. All right then. Okay.
Yeah, we are indeed multiplying.
Well,
Oh
that's good.
God, there's 2 of you now. And Sylvie takes her little shot glass of Everclear and just takes another little sip.
Well, I mean, this might not be our specific turf, but Skull?
Sure. He raises his cosmopolitan.
Yep. Raise your glasses and Wilhelm and Wilhelm drinks. You know, the well drink here isn't actually all that bad.
Really?
I believe you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you come from a small town, your definition of class is different.
Yes, yes it is, but well, Raimi here comes from the west, so I
Heading for
guess
the
that's
south.
where he gets his taste.
Oh,
Come on.
Westerner. Huh?
Nevada is fairly southern. All right.
I mean, I don't really know anything about Nevada except that it has Vegas and
It's hot and full
Reno
of hostile
911.
animals.
Shit, I believe it. It's got the Mojave.
Indeed. And the antenna. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the perfect time to cut to Charlotte.
Perfect time for Charlotte.
Oh Lord. And the lieutenant, she's just like, man, look at that other conversation that's going on. I don't need part of that right now. She's heard this song and dance before. Just waiting for it to bite her in the ass. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. All right, so as the 3 of them are somehow bonding, Charlotte really is just expecting her heart to fail at any given moment because there are 3 Get of Fenris with 3 different surnames, 2 of which following higher families that are fairly opposed, and they're all getting along. Yeah, heart failure is just moments away. So she just tries not to think too hard about that. And honestly, I'll probably be glancing over to try to get a read on on Undergrowth, since he's talking to several kids at the Serious Business booth.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Trying to catch that mood.
He's doing business. You can even tell just by the way he's talking, the way he's moving, the way he's maneuvering his hands. That is business. These 2 who are the people he's talking to. Now, one of them is a lot younger, probably just turned 18, you get the impression. Yeah, and they both kind of stand up, and the older one kind of adjusts himself and whispers something into Undergrowth's ear, and Undergrowth just gives the nod, and the young fella seems to walk off towards basically Mandy and leans up and gives that cocksure smile, and she just rolls her eyes and passes him one of the fucking sodas, essentially. He just makes that, oh fuck face. But the older one just goes off and heads out.
I'm not smiling into my drink.
But no, Undergrowth's on his own for now. No. Just leans back and pops a cigarette in his mouth. Near that.
And there'll be the quick tally glance between the various members of the pack that are all around the room to see if any one of them is responding like they want to.
Nah.
Yeah.
They seem to be in their own, like Vincent and this guy are having a pretty intense, like it looks like they're getting down to business, you know what I mean, type of talk, you know what I mean? It's not like aggressive, but it's obviously one's reporting to him. You get that distinct impression. And Anton and Siege Engine, you get the impression Anton is keeping Siege Engine occupied.
God bless him. Yep. Well, in that case, she'll do a little slippy slide over. Give him a bit of a pause. Yeah, basically, like, slide up off the stool.
It's about skidding over on her knees, like, hey!
Yeah, we busted out the slip and slide, and she just, like, takes a run and power slides all the way to the booth.
Yeah, slides right in there. Oh, hey.
No, she'll come walking over. Casual paced, not business paced, but come over and take a seat.
Oh, look at that. It is the Charlotte of the Sullivan.
It is? It's the damnedest thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a screwdriver. Bad night?
No, it just tastes better than a glass full of vodka.
You normally drinking screwdrivers when you're had a bad night.
But I got fancier than that. Don't I at least usually get a fuzzy navel when I have a bad night?
No, you get a screwdriver every time.
At least it feels girly.
You get a screwdriver every time, and then you start getting drunk and start crying about how things were like, yeah. Choose you, Maria.
It's like the pause. It's a bit of a, she makes a point of just for dramatics doing like the pause, the slight tilt back of the head thoughtfully, and just playing the shrug. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me.
So Huey and Dewey and Louie over there, all buddy, smirk.
Where did Wilhelm? Where the hell has he been? I could have sworn I've seen him before.
I don't know much, Cleat. Smirking.
You know what?
I don't know much, Cleat.
Oh.
I'm not you, Charlotte. I don't hang.
She like pulls up the hand to her chest, like, oh.
I'm not don't hang with the kids like you, Charlotte. I'm down with the cool people. You know what I mean?
Maybe some of us want to stay relevant to the next generation.
No, it's cool.
Oh, just damn it! He exploded into a million tiny bats. That's all Shadow Lords do under duress.
Dude, if I could get out of awkward social situations by exploding into a swarm of bats and just flying away,
They have to be tiny bats.
I would do it. I would do it every single fucking time.
All right, you're back.
Panic. Misclicked the wrong button. So I made it in before Bob hijacked the hangout. But yeah, no, he's just like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. We're all not as cool as Charlotte Sullivan, who likes to hang around with all the kids all day, every day, smirking.
I'm like that cool aunt.
Yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese.
Reaches over and pats her neck. Keep telling yourself that. There's no such thing as a cool aunt. I mean, the crazy cat lady aunt.
There is too.
Or the failing marriage aunt. Is your marriage failing?
What? No, I don't even have it yet. It can't fail yet.
You don't even have it yet? I thought you guys got married like last week.
You would have been there. What do you think you're not?
Would you really? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't invite me to a wedding. I would not be surprised.
Well, apparently the invitations fucking went out without me knowing what was going on. I assumed you already got it.
Oh, you invited everybody? I didn't get anything. Smirking. You're to Anton. You're to Vincent or Siege. No, I see how it is. Leans back.
Oh, I really need to figure out who actually put those out.
No, it's fine. Don't worry
Don't
about
be
it.
that way.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You know you're invited.
Oh, I do. I don't know that.
Oh, you do.
Just shrugs. I see it is. You invite our Timmy to your wedding before me. No, it's fine.
What?
No, it's
She
fine.
just looks over in dead shock. Like, wait, what?
No, I get it. I completely
Did
understand.
she get one? She like leans in. Like,
I don't know, Charlotte. Did she?
I don't know. I'm not involved in this process.
How are you not involved in your
I
own
don't know. Probably because I keep diving into fucking missions back to back to back and not talking about it, and people are probably taking initiative, and I don't know.
You know, Charlotte,
Maybe I should do something about that?
that sounds like a terrible way to start a marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was me, I'd divorce you. I wouldn't even get
D-
married. I'd just
what?
leave.
That's not divorce.
I just walk away because, to be perfectly honest, that sounds like you're just not willing to commit. Ah, that's just me.
Oh. Is that what it sounds like?
A little bit.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're diving in missions the whole time rather than plan the happiest day of your fucking life, I mean, what does that say about the guy you're marrying?
There's a little bit of a squint. Like, hey now.
No.
You
I'm
found
just
the
saying.
line. A little.
I'm just
Oh.
saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, it says I don't deserve him, which I've honestly been pressing from the get-go. So
you don't deserve him, so you're just gonna.
no, Jesus, don't read into it that far.
I mean,
Christ.
I'm not going to read into it, but other people will. I know you're a dit, so.
There's just the head shake, and you know what? She didn't need about half that screwdriver to still be in the glass. Takes a proper swag. So, on to things that are not my wedding.
On to things that are not your failed marriage. No,
Oh
smirking.
my fucking god. On to things that are not my beautiful, majestic future with an insanely attractive man that I don't
Uh-huh,
deserve.
That you never see because you're too busy doing.
I do
missions.
too. I see him like every night.
Uh huh.
Jeez.
Uh huh. You gonna leave for a pack of cigarettes and never come back?
Oh my god. I don't smoke.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry.
It won't be for a pack of cigarettes. No, I'm not
pack of
leaving.
condoms then?
Jesus.
Smirking.
Well, who the fuck am I going to use them on if I leave?
I don't know, Charlotte.
This is turning into a very sordid romance novel, and I need to know how it ends. Like, pokes her finger down on the table. Like, I need to know.
Let's go out the Hamlet way. You're all gonna kill each other.
Hmm?
It's going out the Hamlet way. You're all gonna kill each other.
Oh, well, crap.
So what do you want?
Hmm. And
Pop
Turner,
his
what was
cigarette
the
in his
name
mouth.
of the little fucking town that they just went to?
Oh, now you have to make me go back to my notes, Katie.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Sunningdale.
Sunningdale?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's an all-American American town. So get. Ugh.
She just finally sits back. So, checked out Sunningdale lately?
No, I've been too busy
Yeah.
doing everything else.
Well, don't.
Okay.
The gauntlet
Well.
is practically non-existent,
Ooh.
and it seems like every single person who lived there has, at some point or another, stumbled across and, I don't know, been turned into something or disappeared.
Want to know about this?
No, on our way back.
Oh, so you're telling me before the warm fall? Oh, Charlotte, be still my beating heart.
She does a little like the eyebrow, like, hey.
Well then. Is that what you and the Three Stooges over there were doing?
Oh, well, two of them. I picked up the
Which
third
one?
one here.
Oh, Wilhelm? Yeah.
Yeah,
Nods.
yeah, he was here when I got here.
Oh yeah, no, that we found. See, Ginger found that guy wandering.
Wandering.
He was at the border. I just told C to bring him here.
Oh. Shall
Nina.
I try to tell the future
What future?
and assume that it would probably be easier if I just gave him a ride back to Sub so you didn't have to?
He's clean. I'd see Ginger didn't shoot him, so he should be fine if you. I mean, he's joining your pack now. Charlotte puts his hand on hers. Your own little buddy.
Little buddy, huh?
So he's your problem.
You know literally anything about this kid?
He did get offenders, so he's not my problem.
Awesome. That's a no.
I know he's with supporting his family supports Clan Trimbertson.
Yeah, it was kind of pop up like, all right.
Nods. But if the gauntlet is breaking to that extent, that means there's a large concentration of something influencing it. And if they're transferring people into the Umbra, like vanish, like that means that's what they're probably using to destabilize it.
Yeah.
Was there any Weaver?
None.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More
you
of
should
the
go.
unholy kind of shit we saw down at the docks.
Yeah. Nods to himself. You should go to the Wimfo.
Oh, I'm going. But that one, she like does the little nose point with a nod. Needed to talk to you anyways, so
What does Pinky Blue want?
I think it has something to do with a Chiminich.
I didn't fucking do anything. Smirk.
She just kind of helplessly shrugs.
What does she want me to talk about? Be specific, child. It's like, that one needs to talk to you about Chiminage. What Chiminage? Did she fuck up?
What? No.
Because if she made a shaky deal, you're not coming to me going, oh, where'd you go? Help me out. No, I'm
Oh,
not doing
no.
that.
She's. I mean, first off, she's not mine. And
Mhm.
second off, why would I expect you to fix a clear spungled deal?
Because it's you. Smile. And I'm used to fixing your problems. Gives her a playful boop on the nose.
Oh, that's just hurtful.
I know. I was being hurtful.
Well, then, good job.
Very good at it.
You are, to be fair.
Give me the lowdown here. I'm not having some little boopy thing.
Something
What's going on?
with her?
Yes, no, Charlotte, him. Points at Remy.
There's the eye roll. Something to do with a ancestor spirit, I believe, who died at sea and wants something sung at their funeral by a member of their family, and she said she needed to find was it Nirov or something?
Norov. How's it spelled?
She didn't spell it.
She wants someone from my family. And what date? Oh, bring her over here. Just rolls his eyes.
Yep. I'll go get her. Yeah, she hops up, takes the now empty drink with her to stick the glass back on the bar so Mandy doesn't have to run scrambling to pick things up. And, as she plunks it on the bar next to these three, dare I ask what they're up to?
Okay, so I'm a little confused. You're gonna have to show me again. It's the shot and then the salt and then the lime, right?
Yes.
There's a brow quirk. More so when Sylvie says yes.
And Remy just leans down. You don't make this fun. Usually people keep doing the shot.
A different day under different circumstances where I didn't have important shit I needed to handle, I would happily play this game with you, Remy.
Speaking of important shit, like there's the
That
finger
my
crook.
cue?
Oh yeah.
She'll pat Remy on the shoulder and now play nice with the new kid. And she'll leave a tip for Mandy for the shot of grain alcohol that she didn't finish.
Remy finishes it Raimi has already bought an entire bottle of tequila from the bar, no less. He was ready to play this game.
Damn. Okay, so yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, Wilhelm, I played this little. I can't even call it a prank. She was happy to get drunk with this gigantic Silent Strider woman. Just the biggest female Arun that I have seen this side of Artemi. And
So-
you know what? She just kept fucking going with it.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, I didn't even feel bad. She was having a great time. Things didn't go awry until I played the challenge round.
Oh no, see that was your mistake. The challenge round.
She tanked it like a boss. Then said it's your turn, and well, I'm a man of my word, so I had to take my turn, and it went terribly.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you got to be careful when you try and stir the pot like that.
Yeah, you're telling me.
So, how long did it take you to recover from that? By the way, do you mind if I drink some of this?
Please,
'Cause,
please, I don't want it to go to waste.
All right, because tequila never really been my drink of choice, but it's here.
We're here now.
Yeah, shit, too late to go back.
Indeed.
Wilhelm. Yeah, so Wilhelm, takes like a drink from the bottle because he's Wilhelm. Also, don't let me get drunk on tequila. Whatever reason. For whatever reason.
Don't worry. You probably won't get drunk on this tequila. We'll split the bottle. It'll be fine. It's the best idea I've ever had, really.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, it does take a little extra now to get well, I mean, more than a little extra to get to the tipsy point.
Definitely.
If nothing else, on the note of, this is the best idea I've ever had, Charlotte's just like, oh, well, that's happening now. I'm just going to go with Sylvia over to this here booth. This lovely booth. Usher her along.
And yeah, that is that's definitely for Sylvie. That you recognize he's got the distinctive Shadow Lord pure breed. It's only about 2, but it's he has the kind of long dark hair, about appearance 3 wise. You look over, he's always again the way he sits in the booth has kind of got this very shadowy appearance to it, like he literally belongs there. Like if he could just step inside, you wouldn't see him anymore. It's almost like you're about to trade your whole fucking secrets about every little inch of your life away. Just even talking to him, it's an odd feeling.
That is creepy. But yeah, Sylvie will put on her best smile and sit down.
So I hear from my friend Charlotte that you were looking for me.
Yes, I was undergrowth, right?
Not something about a chiminage.
Well, let me start at the beginning. My name's Sylvie Iverson, Cleith of the Nation, the urge of the Geta Fenris, born on 2 legs. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And yes, I need your assistance with some chimnage.
Assistance. That's not what Charlotte said. It was smart because he pops a cigarette into his mouth. And when he does light it, it's like the shadows kind of separate from it and then warp back into shape.
Lily Trimbuson has me working with a water spirit
Mm-hmm.
to get some aid for the sept.
Okay.
Well, one of the things that was required was a piece of wood or something touched by death spirits. So she took me out to this old shipwreck. You know about where it is?
No idea.
Sylvie will describe about where it is.
Sort of smirking. Take a drag of the cigarette very slowly.
And saw the damnedest thing there.
Oh, really?
A spirit trapped there, past their own demise. Apparently holding other spirits trapped there as well.
Ooh. Sounds
Going through.
sounds like a mystery. It says that like you even feel like Charlotte feels some of the lights start to flicker.
Going through the motions of a grand party that did not go well for her.
That's a shame.
According to her, she was supposed to marry someone from the Nurov family.
Norov family. Okay.
And instead of that happening, she was sealed in on this ship as it sank. By her own fiance, no less.
Ooh, very Shakespearean.
Mm. Now she was tainted as hell. So, exactly how much of that is truth and how much of that is perspective is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But did make a deal for her locket.
Oh, you made a deal. Ooh, interesting. Taking a little bit of a risky move there, Sylvie. I like it. Bold, you could say.
Spirit needs to be at peace, needs to move on.
Mm-hmm.
The other spirits that are there need to move on.
Oh no, completely. I'm
That's
glad as
why
a
I'm
theurge.
doing
I'm
this.
glad as a theurge you're telling me this. He'll smile. Through like his eyes kind of gleam as he inhales the smoke through the nostrils.
So yes, it's a risk, but it's worth it.
Uh-huh. No, I admire that. Don't you admire that, Charlotte? You smile at her.
Charlotte, I assume, has managed to secure a second drink, and so is like, as she pauses mid sip, just gives the little nod, like, yep, seems legit. Just, it's literally the cued nod along. Not
Now-
helping, just nodding.
I've got her skull cleansed. She wants it buried on the shore. She wants a descendant of her fiance's family to sing at her funeral, and she's given me 2 specific songs.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize spirits had a musical collection, but no, I like it. Where am I coming into this whole tragic tale of love, loss, and deception at the sinking of SSS Edmund Fitzgerald?
Lily pointed me in your direction, said you might be able to help. I'm assuming if you're not willing to do it yourself, you might know someone from your family who would.
Oh, so it's my family, apparently.
Well, the family name given was Nurov.
How is it spelled?
I might be mixing it up out of character, but I think it's spelled Neurov.
Yep, no, you got it bang on. Okay. Did she actually spell it out loud? Please tell me she did. This would be beautiful.
Yes, she did.
He's like, well done. Yeah, gives her a smile. And yeah, the spirit did. And he'll lean forward. My name, Sylvie Iverson, is Marlowe, known as Undergrowth, Nurov, N-U-R-O-V. My family
came in the 1990s. But I, connections. I know surnames, small names. But I do know someone with that name. But I have a couple of questions, as the aged theurge in the room.
Of course.
You made a deal with, I'm assuming, Lily's permission. Otherwise, well, this is going to be very fucking funny. So, she wants her thing at a funeral and this and that and the other thing. How do you know this is not some sort of ploy? You said she was worm tainted, a heavy degree.
I cleansed the skull. It's quite pristine now if you'd like to see it.
Oh, and you brought it here? Do you know how curses work?
More or less, yes.
Did you ask her what song her and her husband danced to? Did you ask any other questions apart from what she wanted to tell you?
She never got her dance.
Jilted love. Very powerful emotion. I'm just saying, did you think with your head and not with your smile, compassion?
I believe I thought with both, but I didn't ask many questions beyond what the spirit needed to move on.
Not.
If we get the spirit moved on, we can get the rest of the remains and cleanse them. Hopefully without incident.
I see. Like I said, and what happens if this is not all just some ploy of a long dead spirit looking to get even?
Well, I wouldn't send anyone to do this alone. They wouldn't be without protection.
And how would you realize when you've already cleansed the skull for her? And you've already done the deed. You see, you lean forward. Spirits always want something. The fact that you were willing to give her that something so quick, especially worm-tainted, to the degree that I imagined she would be, that says a lot. Now, I might know of a person with that similar name, but why would I give you access? What are you going to give me? What are you going to do for that? Because you are expecting me to help. She has this... Lily has an idea to get a water spirit. You're talking about more resources like kinfolk, potential risk of against kinfolk. Have you weighed up the possibilities at all yet?
I have. Like I said, I don't intend this to be done alone. Whether the person doing it is Guru or kinfolk. You're not the only theurge I plan to ask for assistance with in this.
Oh, so you're dragging more theurges in. I see. You'll start smiling again. When we're in the middle of a war.
Do we not have a duty to the Sept, Undergrowth?
What the fuck did you just say to me? You stand up, suddenly. Cleith, in my territory?
Do we not have a duty
What?
to the Sept, Undergrowth, Raya?
Oh, okay. No. You have a duty to the Sept. But there's a duty, and then there's being smart. Now, I'll help you with your little problem. Easy. Quite easy. But remember, Get of Fenris. This isn't your territory, and you're not on Sep. This is my territory. This is my pack's territory. And this is not get a Fenris country where you smack a guy in the chin and hope to God he smiles the right way. This is Shadow Lord territory. We run the Sept just as much as you. So don't question me and my intentions on the Sept ever again, because I've been running the Sept while you were still sucking on your dead mother's tit. Am I clear?
Crystal. Yeah.
Now get the fuck out of my bar. I'll help you with your little skull problem. I want to talk to your friend. Points at Charlotte. Consider this a favor, because you're doing it on Lily's back. And tell Lily the next time she wants to ask me something, don't send her a lapdog. Tell her to come herself if she's that much of a Adrian.
I will relay the message.
Just nods. Kind of gives you the dismissal of the hand and sits down again.
Yep. And Sylvie will get up and yeah, she'll leave the bar.
Yeah, Charlotte will sidestep out of her way, let her get a couple paces, and then sink down into the seat with Undergrowth.
Takes a long drag of the cigarette. Boy, do I hate Fenrir who think they own me. Cracks his neck. She's a Cleat, that's why I didn't pimp. That's why I didn't make an example.
I can respect the restraint.
I'm not Carve's path. You would have had Marcel snap her in half.
I wouldn't like you nearly as much if you were.
I know whose name it sounds like, and it is.
Oh?
That's Jenny's last name, Nurov.
What? She's
Jenny.
paying a lot more attention now, abruptly.
That is Jenny Nurov. And Natalia Nurov. It's spelled the exact same way.
Oh, the questions make a lot more sense now.
Considering that, I remember Jenny used to talk about a family curse the whole time.
What?
She never tell you about that.
Oh.
Shrugs. They were always unlucky. You sure she didn't tell you? She always talked about it. She used to laugh about the whole thing.
If she did, I just assumed it was a joke. I didn't realize she honestly thought she was cursed.
I don't think she did either. So, spirits are spirits and they can be appeased easy. There's always another way. But I'll put it like this. We made an agreement, Charlotte, if you're going to use her.
I'm not planning to bring her out in front of anyone.
Especially not a Trimbettson lapdog.
I've kept her to myself. And to keep it that way.
Use a voice recording.
He nods.
And do me a favor, the next time the Theurge tries to trust a wormish entity, slap her for me, will you?
The hands kind of come up in the, the defensive. Wasn't there. She was out with Lily.
That's why I'm not mad, because Lily Trimbettson, for as much as she is annoying, she's very capable. But I won't be talked down to in my bar.
That was not a tactically sound way to go about it, no.
Tell her the next time she wants to come in here shouting her mouth, I'll have my room break her neck. It will regenerate. Even if she is one of your people.
Oh, she'll hear more than that if she is one of my people.
That's cute. Pats her arm. But if she doesn't in this bar, your authority doesn't mean dick here. I'll put it like that, Charlotte.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
know.
saying this as your friend.
I don't. That is not what I meant. No. If it's one of my people, they'll fucking compose themselves properly in here.
Just nods.
Or they'll have to deal with you here and me out.
Like I said, if you're gonna go after her, just keep her in line. Can't let the Getafingers think they run everything.
Hmm. Yeah. You know what? Actually, while I'm here, do you know if down at the very southeast corner of the Protectorate, there's Bear Creek Park, really small, like middle
Yeah.
of nowhere place.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of us have properties down there?
Not that I know of. Why? You think you're getting yourself an apartment?
Never bad to have a second place to fall back to. Just
Oh,
don't
now
put
I
in
know
my
where you
name.
live. Smile. Now I know where you live. Wink.
You're welcome to come creeping through my window or my air vents anytime.
Just stands up. Pats her on the shoulder. Please.
Smirking.
If I was going to bug your place, it wouldn't be so fucking obvious. Is just walking past?
No, that's for the part where you actually come in and do an evil laugh and swish your cape.
He just walks ahead, taking it. Well, looks like he's walking over to Mandy.
She'll hop up.
It puts him in the ragabash zone. Or rather, it puts them in his zone. Let's be real here. We all know whose house this is.
I mean, if the Ragabash was watching the second underguard stood up, the two boys stopped drinking and they looked over. You know what I mean? It was that, oh.
Yeah, the way it seems to have played out, all jazz music stopped.
Pretty much. Like, even Vincent and the guy, like, everything stopped. Even, like, Remy just looked at him like, ooh. But no, once he was walking over, everything started resuming. Literally, the music, like, did the freak and started playing again.
Remy just, like, looks at Undergrowth, looks at Charlotte.
She does the little finger crook, like, come in. As she's getting out of the booth, putting herself together, obviously prepping to head for the door.
All right, let's go. And he takes what's left of the bottle with him.
And of course, Wilhelm follows. Like, finishes his drink, pays, tips well, leaves.
Oh yeah, Remy pays.
Yeah, you're all fucking off.
Well, yeah, because our friend was told to fuck off.
And Mom's leaving.
They just cling to each other. They're walking outside. Yeah, you're all guys are running away.
She'll
Like,
let
no
the
go
others
get
out
them there.
ahead of her, shoo them along. Sorry.
Oh, no,
Oh,
go ahead.
actually, no. Wilhelm doesn't walk away right away. He will look over at Siege Engine or at anyone really, and just like, point to him. I mean, is Siege Engine looking at him?
He was looking at your group, and now he's just gone over to talk. On the gross chatting to Mandy about something, you can see it.
Okay. I guess Wilhelm will just be like, hey, Remy, I actually got brought here. Do you think it'd be a good idea to ask if I am supposed to stay?
Buddy, I can guarantee you that if they had any problems with you leaving, we'd have problems leaving.
Oh, okay.
As
Charlotte,
it is, I think it's time for people who aren't part of the proverbial family to make their exit.
good to know. Okay. Well, in that case, Charlotte, I will take this as a lesson that I was definitely supposed to meet you. I don't know why. But
I will
know
leave.
they wanted me to meet.
This Wilhelm just backs out. I will leave now. You know.
I shall leave now.
Yeah, Charlotte will pace along behind with, I mean, a little bit of amusement at least. I've already told them that I had every intention of taking you back to Sept, and I'm an Adrian. Albeit if they didn't want me to take you, they would tell me no, and I would not be giving you the curly finger to come here.
Excellent. All right. All right. Well, cool. Okay. Shadow Lords. Exactly as terrifying as I was told they'd be. I like them.
That's where she cracks. Just kind of gestures to the car. Oh my, get.
Wait, I gotta
Oh,
put this in the trunk or we'll get popped for an open container.
I mean, I'm not planning to get pulled over.
Nobody does.
Nobody ever does. And you know, as much as I do like Duluth, it is absolutely not my home turf. So, you know, I can't exactly talk our way out of a speeding violation. I don't know any cops here. Open container. I don't know any cops here. Let's just go. Is it okay if I ride with you?
Well, considering I am pointing you at the car, I'm going to go with yes. And considering that
Great.
I was pretty sure you're given a ride here instead of brought yourself here, I imagine you need one.
Oh yeah, that is extremely correct.
During this entire conversation, Ramey's already gotten into the passenger seat.
Goes to pick up Sylvie.
Yeah, she'll glance around to see if, or glance in to see if that's where Sylvie went.
Oh yeah, Sylvie's already sitting in the back seat.
Oh, that'll work. So yeah, fuck it. Once she's got all the kids piled into the car, it's time to go to soccer practice. AKA back to the Sept. So
Sylvie there ranting in the back of the car. like, I'm a Shadow Lord. Or something. Just from Wes's noises.
and as they're pulling out, there'll be kind of that glance into the rear view mirror.
Oh wait, did anyone take the front seat?
Ramey took advantage of that while you guys were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
You jump to the
excellent.
front
Oh yeah,
seat.
Wilhelm is back there. Wilhelm, wait. Sylvie was already in the car. Did she choose the passenger or driver's side back seat?
I'm gonna say passenger.
All right, so yeah. Who is Charlotte looking at, if anyone in specific?
She is glancing at Sylvie using the rearview mirror instead of turning herself around so she can keep her eyes mostly on the
she's
road.
driving. Yeah.
Yeah. What in the world? Oh, okay. So yeah, as they are driving back, Undergrowth and his pack, the Gallows, have done a lot, especially with the spirals in the city. I won't say never be bold, but in their house, but I'd say in the future you might want to find some way to make nice.
Oh yeah. In the future, when talking to the Shadow Lords, their turf. Won't try to lead them through my thought process. I'll just fucking explain it.
And don't forget your Rayas, maybe.
That too.
Especially when it is accompanied by a very challenging tone of voice. Like, there's the little glance up into the mirror. She's sure that Sylvie's rankling, but it's one of those things like, I'm gonna mom talk you on this. You're not gonna like it, but what I'm saying is true.
Oh, I mean, Sylvie's obviously rankled by the whole thing.
Thank you for actually having the sense to walk out when you were told to. All the same. Not everyone does.
If he wasn't an Adrian and it wasn't his territory, I might not have.
Alas. But for now, and she's driving along, and she is keeping an eye around. There's no real need to watch for things like cars and stuff because it's not like the other people don't know where their sept is. They, in fact, pointedly avoided it. She'll just be keeping a glance anytime they pass what looks like, homeless folk, anyone on the, just standing on the sidewalk or on their own on the sidewalk, etc.
All Charlotte sees is the birds.
Ah, God bless. Is it crows
Oh yeah,
everywhere?
you can almost see yeah, Remy's paranoid enough. You see them all on the fucking telephone wires, staring.
It's funny, Charlotte will start off glancing around, and when she sees all the birds, especially multiple times over, she relaxes visibly.
The bass and the tweeters make the speakers go to work.
I mean, we're the freaks that the crows just let all attack the car. No.
That would suck.
That's some dank Theurge memes.
I would make a lot of Theurges very unhappy if that happened. But yes, we will eventually head back to Sept. Parking up the car, probably tossing the keys to whatever kinfolk loaned it out. Letting Raimi get his tequila.
Adrian nods at you. Like, oh,
Remy gets the tequila, but somebody else loaned their car for this sacred mission. So that guy gets the rest of the tequila.
Ooh.
Adrian Ingleson is now satisfied walking off with it, like going to find Ingram.
I love that guy. Tells the best jokes.
He does tell some jokes. All right, public housing.
Oh yeah, I gotta get somebody settled in, ready for the midnight caller.
Oh, for the love of...
Oh, yes.
I've just switched pictures. I thought you were all going to run to Dad.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Sorry. I looked at the house and could not remember which was which.
These cabins are also fine.
My
yet rustic.
bad. Assume that they will head roughly that way, though she will point out the public housing.
There's the public housing, Wilhelm.
Okay.
Look at it. So public.
So public in a house.
I love it. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
It's so majestic. So
There you
yeah,
go.
sure.
And here you may. Thank you, Bob. And here we see the public housing.
Yep. There's just a point. You said you were settled in already? Or...
Oh, me? Yeah. I just had to go back to my old room. I wrote it right there on the on the napkin I gave you.
I gave
Gotcha.
him the earplugs.
Just the head shake. Just... It can't... You know what? I'm not challenging this. I'm not even engaging this right now. I'm not
Raya,
doing it.
I invite you and those you hold dear to spend a night by the campfire, which is more of like a hot plate in my room, and we will toast marshmallows while we hear the beautiful song of the Midnight Caller.
You know what?
Rami, I will take you up on that invitation. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, now
Are we doing it
that's
tonight?
it. Party at your place.
All right, fuck it. That's happening later, but for now,
But first,
Get an extra bag of marshmallows then.
And Wilhelm, I suppose, just stick fairly close. We're going to go visit the Ravens. Actually, no, you know the Ravens.
Of course I know the Ravens.
Oh, fantastic. Very well. Prepared to be caught up to speed. As she lets the other two scamper along ahead of her, she's mom walking it, does the slowdown so she can pull out her phone and text Skyripper, see where he's at, and kind of prep up, saying she's got a report incoming.
Sends a selfie of him at the fucking thing.
The camp or the house?
The camp. He says, I'm talking to the Black Furies. Sends a selfie mid-talk.
Please tell me Cora's there and just like leans
Yep.
in to do the peace sign. Oh, thank
Mhm.
God.
God, in front of our Timmy, who hates phones at meetings.
No, it's Cora and Neri.
Oh boy.
You can just see Neri's face in the background, but you mainly see Cora just like, hang on, that's Neri shit. See Cora's eyes in the background.
Oh my God. And a chill filled Raimi's spine.
The real question is Skyriper shirtless? Because if so, I know where her eyes are, and it's not on the camera.
No, Skyper's not shirtless.
Okay.
Yet.
Well, then her eyes are on the camera. Thank God. Yeah, it's just kind of like, well,
Core
I'll
doing
be
that lip bite.
along.
Core's doing that lip bite. Look at that Skyper. No, it's just a picture.
Yeah. She'll just let him know she'll be along in a moment. But she will give him time to finish up his talks.
He just says, "Come whenever." I don't really give a shit. Yeah, there's the Raven's house. It's nice. It's by a fucking lake.
Except
Yeah,
in a
you-
completely non-threatening fashion.
You probably actually for Sylvie, you'll see Lily in the lake. You'll see Leaf reading, and you'll hear Maria. You don't not hear that loud Fianna accent. Like Leaf, what the fuck? Why am I? You know what I mean? You just hear swearing and Irish and Blarney.
Remy casually approaches Leaf, even past the sonic wall of "Whoo!"
Mhm.
Yeah, Lily. Sylvie will head for the lake.
Lily. Yeah, Sylvie starts, moseying her way over. You can see just like you can literally see the shimmer of her. Remy probably gets a bit of a shiver down his spine because that she's in there somewhere.
Mhm.
I have to be brave.
So you know what? I'll go to Sylvie first. It'll be the easiest one. She comes out of the lake for Remy and Wilhelm. Well, Wilhelm, you know who the fuck Lily Trimmonson is. I'll put it like that.
Of course.
She comes out of that lake like a fucking dragon. Just slowly outwards. I'll even solo screen her for a second. Give me 1 minute. You can literally hear the fucking Fervor Raise, the wolf playing as she's coming out almost. You just solo screen. Lily. Pretty much comes out looking exactly like that at Sylvie. Like, woof.
No, you didn't have to come out, Lily.
I can smell you.
Think undergrowth might help us.
As it is not his family.
Might be, might not be.
Was
His
he lying?
spelling's wrong. But he knows
She walks along and just running her hands along the water,
the right
coming
people.
out towards you.
Unfortunately, I pissed him off before he'd actually agree to help me.
Who was there with you?
Charlotte,
Just looks her out, like she does. Like her cold steel blue eyes look over, and she sees Charlotte. She just tilts the head to the side again, like some water like slides down out of her like hair and ears and mouth. Even comes out in slow like spittle. She's like down into the water. Like pulls the hair out of her face. Didn't the growth say he would help? Should look over at Charlotte.
Oh, my bad. We'll be able to get it done. Yeah.
Just a nod. It's something
I,
to assist the various. Point out to the lake. It'll help strengthen the SEP defenses for various things, and give an understanding to. I'm assuming you've. Just tilt her head. I don't know if you know yet, but there are things out there that we need to have a strengthen against.
my eyes get a little more open every day. I'm fairly sure I know what you're talking about.
She just nods. I am consulting, and Sylvia is giving me, as she wishes to learn, she'll reach over and touch Sylvia's face. The water, like, Sylvia, that's like fucking lake water that just goes like from her hand all over along your face. Whatever makeup or nice things you were wearing on your face, yeah, they're just drenched.
Oh boy.
Got one raccoon eye.
Yeah, I got the. Oh, okay. Well, at least at least she's not the multiple layer of makeup girl.
She'll look over, smile, smirk at Sylvie. That's why you wear the waterproof things, or not wear it at all.
I'll make a note of that.
And she'll look over. Thank you, Charlotte.
Actually, truth be told, given the songs that you need, should be able to get you what you need.
Just a nod. Thank you for assisting my assistant. She'll smirk.
There's a bit of a wry smirk back. She'll give a nod.
Oh,
She'll look over at Sylvia. I trust you are working in progress to get the other stuff done.
I have some ideas.
Good.
Planning on heading up a pawn shop or jewelry store, see about getting a pearl earring.
Just a nod. There's a stone coming in the next 3 days. She just gives her a sage nod.
I can smell it. I'm waiting for it.
Good. Gives you the pat. Like, she doesn't seem displeased. She's just like, good, doing your shit.
I do have a message for you from Undergrowth.
Looks over.
You said next time you need him for something or want his help, come and ask for it yourself. Don't send me.
Look over.
The slow-mo face palm is happening.
Oh, really? Is that what the bold Shadow Lord said from his own lair?
It is.
Interesting. I'll keep note of it for when he appears on Sep next. Smiles.
I'm sure you will.
Oh,
To his credit. And, I mean, there is a glance over. It was quite the breach of respect between ranks offered to provoke such a comment.
so he's like, no, Charlotte, no.
Oh, that's right. It's the I'm not having two Adrians fussing at each other over you. Nope.
All right, Lily. Let's see how well she maths this.
Yeah, she's not making it a anything bigger. It's just it wasn't unprovoked.
So we can roll a peony on Lily.
Oh boy.
$23.
Okay.
And don't worry,
Fine,
that's not her fucking rage. I'm not that crazy.
I've got a chance at this.
Shall I assume I'm either too far away or can read her better? One or the other. Or
Too
should I
far
roll?
away. Not too
Okay.
far away. So it's like right there in the water, so
Oh,
she
yeah.
gets probably the best like look. You know what? I'm gonna
also
be
agree.
nice. I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna give it to you because you know what? I want Sylvie to see this. Was that pleasure in Lily's face?
Oh,
Not sure, but she'll turn. Oh. Well, then I'll make sure that my assistant learns her lesson.
The brow
Smile
kind of
at it.
quirks, but it's the shrug off of I'm going to leave you to it because I don't want to have to be involved in this. This is the Philodox handoff.
She
I'm
just
sure you
incline her
will,
head
Lily Raya.
politely, at Charlotte, very politely.
Feel free to assume that Charlotte at that point probably keeps moving on unless there's any indication they need her so that they can continue talking.
And would you wait politely and sit, there in the water, like picking up idle bits of like pearls from the rocks and stuff like that, like examining them. She'll look over. Normally, I would dip your head under and hold you there for at least 2 minutes. For disrespecting Araya, but when it comes to the Shadow Lords, make sure you don't do it in their territory. Otherwise, I don't care. I don't waste time on beings that crawl on the ground and say that they are the mightiest of the nation.
very similar feelings.
Considering what one of them had did to me because he thought power was a good show. Let's just say my penchant for Shadow Lords is very thin. Make sure you uphold my name respectfully. I will not punish you this time. Consider this satisfied. A little bit of my personal reasons. The fact that you insulted him and got away with it. But the next time I will break both your legs and watch you adapt to the water.
Understood, Raya.
She gives you the pat on the cheek.
There's something else I need to discuss with you.
Yes?
We went out to a little town yesterday, and it was empty. Cars left empty, buildings left empty. Signs of signs of people having been there recently, but they were just gone.
Gone.
Sucked into the Umbra.
Then it is already starting.
There was no worm taint there.
No. But just like the Docklands, it began to spread again, as if it was reborn in slow variations.
Hadn't yet. There was
No.
none of it there.
She nods.
Saw it definitely looked like a Wendigo spirit.
Wendigo.
Creepy horn antlers. It was some kind of messenger for something calling itself the Harbinger.
We'll drop the rocks into the water and look over. Okay. You see it. There's a little slight. Her face goes a bit paler. She licks the roof of her lips. Who is there with you?
Charlotte, Raimi, Melanthe.
Melanthe. Nods. Do not trust the Black Furies with this. They have already been keeping it under wraps long enough that by the time the rest of us figured out what was going wrong, it had spread. They were trying to control it or appease it due to its fickle nature. Your mission is still the same, although it will be now with greater urgency. You need to go to that. When that storm comes, I need you there. I need more strength from it. You are free to take with whoever you wish in terms of keep you safe, but I will need a stronger resonance from the storm spirit. The very center.
Head out into the eye of it?
Nods. This is dangerous, very dangerous. That's why I'm saying to bring whoever you need to keep you safe.
That's gonna be tricky, but I'll get it done.
I will assist with other matters. We will both then report to the Right Master once we have got the things we need for the deal, and make sure that he is aware of what is happening and the spread of what is happening.
It claimed a house that had been inhabited by Silverfang. Claimed the children of Falcon belonged to it. I don't know if it was talking about just the ones it had already taken or if they're specifically targeting them.
I do not know either. We know that this began with Black Furies. We also know that Fenrir were affected. Perhaps it is trying to spread into different totems, different tribes.
Well, certainly blasphemed Fenrir in front of me.
And of course, it is a heretical thing. Not of this world. I will explain more. For now, I need you to gather what you need. This is not the place. There are eyes and ears everywhere, and we do not want to create a panic. But
I'll
know
talk
that
to.
what is being gathered is something born of pure heresy. A hybrid of both the wild and the worm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which means we have to act quickly.
I'll start getting people together to head out into the storm.
Just a nod. Go for the heart. You will see it. And do not show fear. A crescent moon. Oh, great Father Wolf does not show fear for the things that she can harness. Remember that. Not even death itself.
I remember.
Now you will learn.
I want to get this
She
done as
just-
fast as possible.
Plan it. Fast is good, but make sure you have a plan. A warrior does not use just her strength. She uses her mind. That's our greatest weapon as Theurges, the mind. Then you apply the hand that needs to correct and pin. But do not trust the Black Fury. Theirs is in their nature to deceive. Trust only in you and Fenrir.
We all saw different things. She mentioned some of the people there had been frozen, like in ice.
Mm.
She seemed to think they could be thought out.
We will, I will take your findings to the right master, and I will ponder it over with him. For now, keep your ear to the ground.
I will. If I find out anything new, you'll be the first person I talk to.
She inclines her head.
Good. And well
Unless I
done.
happen to run into the right master himself first.
She nod, like, no, I ain't mad about that. You know what I mean? That type of nod. She knows Moon and Snow very well. So she just gives a nod.
Good, and well done.
And Sylvie will head back to find Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte has continued her walk towards the house proper, not with any real speed. She can probably scamper and catch up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I assume that Raimi, at the very least, is well ahead, and that
There's Leia there.
and to be honest, I assume that Wilhelm is either up with him or somewhere between him and Charlotte.
Oh, dude. Wilhelm is like. Is Leaf around?
Hey, that's where Raimi's headed.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Wilhelm is with Raimi going toward Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf is reading. Maria comes out.
Do you have a moment, Raya?
She'll look up. Well, he'll look up.
There's something I feel you should probably know.
Who's done what? Close the book. The most Philodox look you give them, like, what is it now?
You familiar with the small town outside of here called Sunnydale?
Northeast.
It doesn't exist anymore, effectively.
Lean forward like a budget, but what? You know what I mean? Like, pardon? You know what I mean? It's that type of, like, frown.
I was just out there with a small scouting party. The buildings are still there, the cars and lights are on, TV's blaring. There's no people anymore. It's like they just disappeared. I'm not a Theurge, but from what the people with us were screaming about, it seems like they were pulled across and made into something else entirely. Best I could describe it is a mass of flesh, teeth, and spit that just runs at any living thing it can find. And
this incursion.
The Iverson girl, Sylvie, Charlotte, and Melanthe.
You look over as Sylvie's chatting to Lily. He kind of just nods to himself, like, okay, that's good. I'll find out more about that type of stuff like, oh, the chatting to the theory is good.
I am.
How many kinfolk are missing?
At least one Silverfang family, whoever lived out there.
A nod. Do we know if there are any connection to the Sept?
No idea, Raya. That's why I came to you.
This is troubling. Why were you heading out there in the first place?
We'd heard that something was wrong out there. We went to investigate.
Heard from
It
whom?
was. Well, I heard it from Charlotte. I don't know who she heard it from.
Just nods and you look over at Charlotte and you actually see Charlotte just like, come here, come on, come up here.
Yeah, Charlotte's doing the saunter along, catching up, glances up. Oh, good. Yep. Yeah, she'll pick it up to a bit more of a, a proper walk. Trot up the steps onto the porch.
He's telling me there's a problem.
That would be because there is.
I'm realizing that. Why were you up there?
I got the drop that there was a place similar to what was happening at the docks and north of the city, so I had to check it out.
From whom?
And actually,
as far as I'm aware, I know Maria's brother was after reporting something to the Worm Foe, and the docks were being carefully monitored and carefully cleansed.
I got mention of it from Jasper while he was in town.
The Von Care.
He told me they had some kinfolk missing.
Oh dear.
They're the ones who asked me to check it out. I need to report to the Worm Foe as soon as we get out of here, and then I need to share my findings with him because it's spreading outside of our sphere of influence. It's starting to affect other sets.
That house, the sign of the kinfolk, that's why I wanted to go in there so badly.
I know. And I wanted us to be able to go in there.
Raya, the gauntlet there basically doesn't exist.
There has been many disturbing reports from up north as well of similar pockets developing. Storms, which the gauntlet is so thin that it's like stepping down and you're in the Umbra immediately. It has not affected like Woozmaw and some of the others, but some
stories are being passed around.
I'd heard about worse storms up north. She kind of glances. Hadn't heard that it was running the gauntlet.
Snods. I've only heard that recent. The storms. I've heard that as well.
Can I ask where we're getting word on the storms affecting the gauntlet?
The furthest northern point. Past what would be called one of the more north seps.
Beyond Wilsall?
Far beyond.
A bit of a nod. So there's those. There's the pockets we already know about. There's the one in that small town, and that town is. There's no more human life there. I don't know if they were turned into the things that were on the other side, or if those things were already there, but I'm assuming that's what happened to the incredibly small population that was originally there.
Nods. We will have to deal with that.
How?
Well, now that I know, and more than likely Lily knows, the Theurges will come up with some sort of plan, and we will have to be ready to do what we are gifted and born to do and then cleanse it.
For what it's worth, something to think about when we make our plans. We saw something there that she said she'd seen before.
Who?
Melanthi.
I see.
Something from the docks. Apparently there was a mission there. I never got a full-on report about it, but they encountered something there, and it showed up. And it wanted us to fight it and to kill it, because she said it would cycle. So, taking our usual tactic may actually just make it worse.
Well, that's why I'm putting faith in the Theurges.
She nods.
And your Theurge should put faith in us. This is not the time for secrets anymore.
No.
I mean it, Charlotte. This could be considered heresy.
I saw. And it will be remembered.
Just a nod. Thank you for telling me this, Remy.
Remy nods.
Yeah, Maria's like leaned up against the door, like watching. It's clear that she even has a disturbed, like, Jesus. You know, been looking at her face. Which means we'll have to end this conflict quickly if we have to focus on the real problem.
It's like,
Then we'll have to be aggressive. And put them down hard.
she gives another nod. Actually, if I can steal a moment of your time.
And just stand up very slowly. Yeah, gesture inside as he's walking. Maria just leans up, like, you know, steps out towards where Remy and Wilhelm are.
Yep, Maria gets a bit of a nod in passing, like the, oh, hey. And, yeah, she will slide in.
Maria will be like, all right, which one of you want beer?
I would like a beer, Raya.
Oh yes, please.
Nods, and she'll be like, I get his beer. You know, saunters in and comes out with, like, essentially the fucking bucket with, like, several bottles of beer in it. She just sets it down. She sits down herself and takes one out.
It's very kind of you.
That's hospitality.
Indeed.
I wouldn't be a Fianna now if I didn't do that properly now, would I?
You're a Galliard, right?
Aye. Maria Darcy Lynch.
Ah. You haven't heard of me already from one of your packmates, Remy Olsen.
Just a nod. I heard you got in a gunfight.
Yeah, I did. Fortunately, the other man managed to get away.
Huh. Better get him next time.
I intend to.
Good. Gives you the the tap. Tell me about it. I'll sing it for you.
There are parts of the story you might not like, but sure.
Oh no. Tell me about it. Tell me about how
I-
you got his fucking head in when you do it.
I was with Sylvie Iverson and Cora. Everybody knows Cora. We were out hunting deer a little ways out from here, not far from where the last hubbub went on. And we came across I almost thought it was some sort of abandoned manor house, but it looked more like it had doubled as some kind of factory when we got inside of it. Some sort of converted building, maybe. The building proper had been abandoned for who knows how long, and the only sign that anything was running there was a slowly dying generator. One of those ones you could probably buy at a hardware store, I reckon.
Hey.
We went in, wasn't any sign of life or worm taint, and I went upstairs. Sylvie went downstairs, and Cora kept an eye on the entrances. And when I came upstairs, there was a social hall that looked a little lived in. Half-finished beer bottles, cigarette butts, kind of smells you get from when people occupy a place for a little too long. And they had laid out a series of documents, none of which I could understand. I had to turn those in later to smarter men than me. And I only really figured out what was going on when I came across a chalk scoreboard with people's names on it, including Perfidy, and terms of numbers of rounds lasted. Perfidy left us a note too. I don't know how. Telling us,
She's a smart lass.
give us a better idea of where this so-called compound is. Then the radio turned on, and I didn't see anything because apparently I got shot in the neck.
Oh, shite.
I don't know how much time passed, but we were already in the middle of a fight by the time that Sylvie brought me around. And she looked at me and said, "Here," and just put the gun in my hand. It was, I assume it was her gun. We just had to fire bullets in every direction and hope we winged somebody, and we did. I didn't see the other shooter. I just saw my shooter. He seemed a little less spry, maybe a little more proud. Can't tell which. But Cora looked at me and told me to go out the window, and out the window I went. And ended up standing right in front of him. This might be against typical logic, but we just ran straight at each other, shooting the entire time. Got winged, I did too. And he tried to get clever with me. Tried to trip me, actually. And the first time he came pretty close, and the second time he missed, and he just looked up at me with the most surprised expression, and I shot him in the face. And he wouldn't die. Blood came off of his scalp. I was a little surprised. He was a little surprised too. And he started running away, and I shot him in the back of the head, and he just wouldn't go down, and then he just wasn't there.
Well, I'm assuming you told people about the note, about Perfidy.
The Wormfoe has every piece of paper I picked up in that building.
Nods.
Sylvie told me that the basement was so bad that she thought it was worm tainted.
I bet you did. Well then, Remy, Wilson, lean forward, and This woman's dark, like ravenish hair, you know, she pulls it out of her face. She puts the beer glass on the ground, and her eyes have this stormy blue gaze to them. It's a fine story. But what I'm more concerned about is when you kill him. You see, the next time I know you're not going to miss, are you?
No.
So, when you do get that satisfaction, come and tell me about it. Tell me every detail, down to the point where I know what he's feeling in his last moment. Tell me what it's like to take that from him. And for Remy, her eyes seem to, like the stormy blueness of her eyes seem to shift to this deeper, darker blue. Like right before your eyes.
He's got fear in him right now. I'll collect soon.
Oh, fear is fine. It's good. Makes a man stupid. Makes a guru even more stupid. But, you know what's the real trick? Do you know what you really want to give him, Remy? This is what I learned when I was a young girl. Terror. Make him so afraid that the next time he sees you, he start wetting himself. Because he knows what you're coming for.
Remy nods.
Because she'll lean forward again, and Wilhelm, man, this girl is weird. You know what I mean? like you've known Maria a bit. She seemed very loud and boisterous. No, she doesn't seem loud and boisterous now. She seems almost Raven-like. And she kind of gets close to eye with Remy. In fact, when you plug him in the side of the head, the body lasts approximately about 50 seconds. Enough to... She gets right up nose to nose, Remy.
Mm-hmm.
That you can... She like goes... almost like she's almost about to suck your breath in. Snatch it away. The last little bit. Tell me about that. When you get him. Would you?
I will.
Oh, thank you kindly. Now, can you get another beer?
And he just drains the one he asked. Yes, Raya.
Stands up, you know, very again, kind of very crow-like, and she just nods. You want another beer, little man?
You know, I would love another beer. Thank you, Maria.
Wonderful. Pats him on the head. Starts walking in.
When Maria goes off to get the other beers, Remy brings Wilhelm in. Okay, so I'm going to have to put this off where she is concerned because I'm getting some vibes. But you and me have to figure something out before we fully hitch our wagon to Charlotte.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so these are the two phrases. Like, one, you know that, like, she's a frontline fighter, right? High casualties?
Of course I do.
Okay, good. All right, you're Get a Fenris. I don't expect you to be anything other than excited about it, but it's a thing to know. Now, there's two phrases that have been connected to her repeatedly in my presence so far. One's a phrase called the Dead Pack. I've got an idea of where that's coming from, and it's vastly disrespectful. I will deal with that in my time. But the other's a name. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The other's a name called Juno Trimbuson. I don't know shit about this girl, but there is apparently some kind of history there that I'm a little curious about before we're all fully one with ourselves. Okay?
Right, sure.
Whatever you do, just from my personal experience digging around, there's an Arun named Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And you will know him when you see him. He is one of the tallest Aruns around here. Big,
One of the blondest, too.
blonde. Man, he's a great guy. All right, I'm not saying anything against him here. He's a
No,
great
of
guy.
course
He's been
you're not.
nothing but nice to
We're all
me.
of course, we're not going to talk shit about each other.
But if
behind
you say
her
the
back.
name Trimbyson around him, I can sense there are feelings there, and maybe we should just leave him the fuck alone on that topic.
I actually was, told not that specific thing, but something close to that by Lillian Leaf one time. So trust me, I am with you on that.
Yeah, the man's given a lot to the Sept. There's no need to torment him.
Not one bit. No.
Okay. But I am dead concerned about whatever this history is. And, just my advice, fellow Ragabash, don't fucking dig around in people's pain. But if a Galliard wants to tell you something, I would be keen to hear what your findings are, as I do the same.
Why do you think I didn't open my mouth just now? Always better to keep an ear open.
Good man.
Maria sticks her head out. You asking about Juno, are you?
If you're in the mood, right?
Oh, I mean, you're so concerned about my friend. I thought you want to lower your voice? Because if I can hear you, she hands you the beer bottle. I'd roll for her. Look at that roll.
I'm not even mad, Torna.
That was
fair. That was fair is what it was.
Amazing. I was like, oh, I just stared at it. You probably won't hear it. And then boom.
There's just this one moment where Maria's just like, I can see everything in the universe. What of this vast knowledge that is in this moment of sagacity shall I pluck? Trimbution!
She just sticks her head out, she appears, it's like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? You're talking about Juno Trimbuson, are you?
I'm a little curious, Brian.
She hands both of you the beer bottles, and even Wilhelm, you're like, Jesus fuck, where'd you come from? For Ragabashes, you want to be quieter, because if I can hear you, just sit down with a smile on her face.
There's this moment of cognitive dissonance where Remy looks around and you can tell this is a man who thought he had the math correct. In terms of people. All right. You can tell this is a man who took a calculated risk. And even he seems kind of fucking astonished here, but he's just taking it in stride.
My father always taught me to listen in when Ragabashes are speaking.
Your father is a very wise person.
And he's a Ragabash. Well, he is a Ragabash. Smirking. Well, the dead pack, I suppose you're asking about as well, I hear. Takes a long sip of the beer. Very, Remy, that woman's stare is fucking unnerving because she just doesn't take her eyes off. She blinks and it's like,
All right, if there's some other connotation there, I would like to hear about it.
Oh, no, Charlotte is my friend since childhood. I don't agree with it. I find it's people like to use that as a weapon against her, and if they say it in my presence, I tear their fucking throat out.
Oh. Right, me and my compatriot are Geta Fenris. We're raised to be soldiers. We're not afraid to die. We know Charlotte's a frontliner.
She is, and she's earned her scars. I've deeded her myself on them. But she'll lean forward, putting her hands together. She sets the beer bottle down again, staring. If you're poking dead ghosts, Marcel Orickson is not the person you ever want to mention Juno Trimbuson to. Ever, if you want to live.
That's what we had concurred on.
Or my packmate Lily, her cousin. I wouldn't talk about Juno around her either.
Okay.
I didn't mention it, but I did get a swift, smack on the gob for saying that name. I didn't even know it was a name when I said it.
Oh, I know who you are, little Rakabas. Don't you worry. I remember who you are. Smiles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'll keep this brief and plain. Juno Trimbenson died a hero, but she did not deserve a hero's death. For she was an incompetent fool who dragged Charlotte and her pack down to their very deaths, and Charlotte has been climbing her way out of the grave she tried to dig for them ever since.
Why'd Charlotte let it go on?
Because Charlotte is loyal, unlike Juno. Charlotte breaks her back for you. She's broken her back for me, the same as I've done for her. Because, unfortunately, like most things and most glasswalkers, and I do not hate the tribe because of it, she thinks with a modern logic to the nation's ideology. And that modern logic sometimes means compassion outweighs tradition. She has learned it very harshly.
This it's Juno. You say she's incompetent. I take your word there, but the way that her name has come up, I don't know.
Many people have opinions of the way she died. She died a hero's death. She did. Sacrificed herself defending the worm as anyone would. But it is the fact that she had left many of her sins unanswered for. But many people choose to reside the fact that she is dead and let the dead stay dead.
These the kind of sins that have progeny.
Seeing as she murdered Artemi's sister,
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Oh, I wouldn't mention her around Artemi Alexandros. You'd be a braver man than Leaf.
Oh, but I'll put it this way. I'm on good terms with one Black Fury.
Cora.
Yeah, Cora.
Nods.
The others, Calliope's actually pretty nice to be all things considered.
Shrugs. Calliope's in her room. She's straightforward.
Yeah. But the only interaction I've ever had with Artemi, you saw what happened with Abel.
She starts laughing. Abel Orkson's a fucking idiot.
He certainly has his motivations.
I'll keep my own opinion on Abel Erikson to myself. I'd rather not disrespect the man you obviously have friendship with.
He and his family have been very good to me, Raya.
Well, I'll keep my opinions to myself. Don't you worry. It's better that way.
Point being, my sole interaction with Artemi, if you were watching that event, was you might have seen a man literally bounce off of her.
Ah.
Yeah, that was
nod
me.
and smile. What I'm saying is, that woman was hurt, and what happened to her was wrong. But she allowed that to become so clouded that she turned the very thing that hurt her into a more sympathetic figure. She allowed her own trauma to negate things, and she became the very thing that she claimed she hated about in order to be, and I quote, better than everyone else.
Okay.
Every time she would take a pack mate, they would die. Every single time. Some good people died. Very good people. They all died trying to help Juno with her problems. But she never helped them. Then the only one left by the end of it all was Charlotte. What did Charlotte get for her? The dead back. Because she burned so many bridges, insulted so many people, and it was Charlotte who had to pick up the pieces.
And now a pair of nosy ragabashes.
People don't ask a lot of questions about Juno because they let sleeping dogs lie. But it is in a ragabash's nature to be curious.
It is.
But I'll say this. If I had my way, I'd curse that woman up and down the nation, and I'd make sure that her deeds never got sung in any record for what she's done, and the disrespect she's shown to people. Good Guru, even Metis. That's coming from a Fianna who died trying to make sure that her mistakes were written.
That
I keep quiet out of respect to my packmate, Billy, who's a far better guru and a far better representation of Clan Trimbleston. But I don't sing any of her songs or praises.
Raimi nods.
If you're looking for an unbiased opinion, everyone's biased here in some degree. I'm biased towards Charlotte. But I also remember the wrongs that were done to people. There's a little girl named Gemma. She was a good lass. I was pack with her. Well, no, we weren't pack. We were cubs. We're all of us. Charlotte, me, Juno, Lily. Grew up. Gemma followed Juno around like a lapdog. Idealized her. Even made a banner for her. And yes, Charlotte likes to say that she commanded the mission, so it's her responsibility. Juno was alpha of that pack and sent Gemma running at the figure. You ever heard of the figure called the Blackblade?
Some vague stories, but he was a problem far north and I was down south.
Well, he took her head off in one clean swing. One clean swing. What did Juno Trimbleston do? Nothing. Never went for trying to avenge her death. She just sat there and cried and blamed everybody else for her problems. Then another one died, and another one died. Then they went up north. Now, I am in a pack with two Get-A-Fenners. I'll really enjoy Get-A-Fenners. The people in Wolfsmaw are in extreme to the core. And there, you saw the amount of territory they're taking. She murdered Artemi's sister in cold blood because she was better, according to Juno. And if you believe the stories that the Black Furies come out with, it was because Artemi's sister defended Melanthe. And Juno snuck off to deliver battlefield justice for one of the dead of Wolfsmaw. Murdered her in cold blood while taunting her about how better she was. And this was after months of Charlotte, Leaf, Lily, holding her up. That's what she did. I'll leave that story to judge your opinion on Juno Trimbleston.
I appreciate you taking the time, Ryan.
Just don't bring it up to Charlotte, will you?
Wasn't planning on
She
it.
already blames herself enough for Juno's mistakes, and we finally got her to a place where she actually believes that she can be a goddamn fucking Adrian. And I will take very unkindly to people who put her back down there again.
I've been on mission with her. She's solid.
Good. I like to see her that way. If you look at Remy, and then I fucks the shit out of the other Orkobash as well. Just woo.
Oh yeah. Wilhelm has just been listening, beer in hand, this whole time, and upon getting Death Glare number 2, it's just like.
Now, would you lads like another beer?
Indeed.
Yes,
Just get
please.
up,
Thank you, Maria.
just start to saunter, picking up, draining her own, walking out. Just look over her shoulder at the two of you very casually, as if just it's just like a polite smile. But Remy knows it's like, I can hear you.
Yeah, Remy finally like sits down on a part of the porch and just looks at Wilhelm like, fuck.
And Wilhelm, who was not drinking the entire time, furiously shotguns this beer.
Don't come back and
I
see I
love-
haven't drunk it. What?
I can't let her know that I didn't finish mine.
Okay, so the way that
Kill me. No, okay. So anyway,
been here for a minute, so the way the divvy seems to go right now.
yeah.
There's a Black Fury Galliard named Neri. We're not sticking our fucking noses in that. She's got enough problems. I will talk to Cora because I'm on good terms with Cora. There's also Abel Ulrichsen. If you want to meet him, he's a cool guy.
An Ulrichsen, huh?
Yeah, good man. Little sometimes he can get a little caught up in things, but I think he's a good man. And I have been hearing of, but have yet to meet, a Galliard named Carves the Path.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's also the Tail Singer. I hear he's a busy man, but it might be worth a try.
I mean, right now or in the future?
In the future. Like I say, he's a busy man. We're gonna have to pick our time for that one.
Right. Well, okay, cool. Excellent. Well, Wilhelm takes that moment to belch. Excuse me. Beer, man. What can I say?
Yeah, I'd say that's enough digging into the dead for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him sleep. That's what I say.
For the time being. But I was saying I've been out on a mission with Charlotte. She's solid. She got us all out alive in a situation where if the Alpha had panicked, we would have been fucked. I taken a liking to her.
Well, it's a good thing to know that she has a solid head on her shoulders, and I mean, to be honest, I really don't intend to do her wrong. So, it's good to know that she won't do me wrong.
Tell me a little bit about that, because you just walked straight up to her and volunteered for the cause.
Yeah. Well, because from what it sounds like she's done over her career, getting from Cleith to Adrian, she just sounds like one of the more interesting people to follow. Also, I mean, I was told to sit at the bar and not talk to anyone, or wait to be, approached or whatever.
You got
And
up
here
and
comes an
talked to
Adrian.
somebody. Oh man, bold move. Siege Engines. Look, I
He's
have
a
a
good guy.
feeling that, yeah, he's a good guy. He runs a very interesting firearms training. If you're about that, and he's been a little on edge lately. I have a feeling that whatever's gone on with Perfidy being held captive has bothered him.
I see. So okay. So how long was this Perfidy character held captive?
She's still being held captive.
Oh, well, so we
She-
don't know where.
I've got a rough idea where. Unfortunately, that little story about the gunfight that I just told there,
Mm-hmm.
by getting into that gunfight, it seems like I rang enough alarm bells in the area that an approach right now wouldn't be wise. That's my
I
fault.
see.
I tripped a trap and paid for it. And he like kind of lifts his neck. And when you look on the one side, there's kind of a light spot of scar tissue, and you look on the other side, there's another light spot of scar tissue that's slightly bigger, indicating an exit and entry wound.
Well, you know, it's a good thing that you're Garu because anyone with
Otherwise
that
I'd be
tougher
dead.
kind of stuff would just fucking died.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Raimi suddenly looks up and is like, wait a minute, where did Leaf and Charlotte go? Yeah, sick transition.
So Charlotte, you're sitting in the library with Elleaf.
Yep.
Sitting there, chilling, killing.
Chilling, killing like a villain.
Look over. What is it?
We do at least get some advantage having checked out this family for the Von Cares.
We do.
Yes. He and I have a bit of a trade-off. He asked me to look into it.
You made a deal with Jasper.
I did.
Mark slightly.
She kind of smirks faintly back. Truth be told, I probably would have checked it out anyways. It's kind of in my nature, so...
Yes, but he, being the Silver Fang, of course, took the opportunity of you.
I mean, I
Sparkle.
like the idea of getting something in return for doing something.
What
I
is he
probably would have
offering
done
in return
anyways.
apart from Silver Fang business?
When time comes that we go after these fellows from St. Cloud, Wisconsin's going to cut off their supply line, their reinforcements. But first, I need to get somewhere and give them a call, let them know what I found. But it means we have some backup, and we can handle this a lot faster than we originally could have.
Make sure you understand the particulars of the deal. Make sure that you understand every ounce of it with Jasper Von Care. That's all I'll say.
You
He
know,
will not go back on the deal, but he's a ragabash.
oh, he
that.
is. And there was certainly plenty of room for loopholes. But any aid is better than no aid.
Just nods.
So we at least have that. I'd have to go and talk to him first, at which point I can hopefully find out the details of what's being offered so that we can work it into our planning. But it should make it a lot easier to make that final hit.
Nods again.
I just didn't want to necessarily. She gives a little gesture, to air out the dealings with Jasper in front of the
Do not
Cleats.
trust. Ah, the Cleats.
There's like the pause and the little cant of the head. You think I assume for even a second then telling you means the other two won't know?
That depends.
I'm not asking you to keep it to yourself. I'm asking you to use your best judgment. You've talked to Jasper more than I have. You seem like the best person to tell.
Like I said, keep in mind, he is a ragabash.
He is. He absolutely is. That is why hopefully I will finish talking to him before I have to bring that before Skyripper, because I would like to know the exact terms I'm bringing.
That will be wise.
I thought.
I'm glad you're thinking wisely.
I try.
I know.
Dare I ask what you've been getting up to this whole time?
Why are you curious?
Because I'm nosy, obviously.
Business.
Maybe. She like does the little like the arm splay across the back of the chair she's on or the couch or whatever. There's plenty of furniture in the library. Maybe. I haven't had as much chance to come by and talk, so maybe I just wanted to catch up. Just a thought. Jeez.
I've been doing business.
Just business.
Just business, Charlotte. Smile.
It's like the little hand clap of like, oh fine. Keep your secrets, essentially. the little hand flap of like, no, that's fine. Just business. Not with who. Nothing. Just
I hear your Galliard will be up for fostering soon.
I imagine so. Sits back and thinks about it, like does the little brown knit.
Oh, I know. Like I said, there are certain things which will happen which will require your aid.
Oh?
Certain things up north.
Ah. Have they planned when?
Soon. I do not know the exact date. I know he won't be challenged from anyone here.
Which means you have to finish this all the faster. I don't like the idea of leaving with this all happening.
Do you not trust him on his own?
He's not the only one who has people he needs to speak to up north. Besides, at least last time around, the trip was kind of hairy.
It will be even more so.
That's what I imagined.
There are plans in motion.
Any that it would do me any good to know about?
Just make sure he's aware that when the challenge comes, names are not to be involved.
He seems to have a good head on his shoulders when it comes to...
Make sure he's aware. Head on shoulders is one thing, but Fianna Passion is Fianna Passion.
It is.
Make sure he's aware.
Oh, well. Absolutely will.
And considering that whenever you get around to your wedding,
A vague smile. Just because she knows it's teasing.
a bloodline will be introduced again.
Can't ask for much better than two happy occasions on the same day.
And make sure your Galliard completes his fostering challenge, and it will be a more monumentous occasion. There are things where he was going that he will not only need to tell a tale of, but I will make sure that you especially will make sure that things are being brought back.
Nuts. There's the curious little brow twitch, like that little bit of the narrowing, like, really? But she nods. Doesn't
There
even
is
think about it.
There is many plans, Charlotte, that ones that are so delicate and been so planned that I will put it like this. If this works, Mia Trimlinson will no longer be the head of Wolves Mall.
Do I hear?
Something that can reunite our sept with theirs and Runefurs together. Not as one sept, but 3 individuals. I am not
Strong
looking for
alliance all
Ulrich
the same.
nods. I'm not looking for Ulrich's in leadership at Wolves Mall. It will never happen.
No.
And Lily is not taking leadership. Eric,
He nods. It's a good choice.
when you're up there, bring him something that will convince him that he is a king.
You can almost immediately see the tongue kind of roll thoughtfully over her teeth. She's nodding. Again, she doesn't hesitate to nod.
Let your Galliard tell his tales, but you will be the most important person, you and he, to convince a king that he needs to rise. You are the Harrier pack. After all, this is in your very nature why you are going with him.
All right.
They will explain. But where you're going, I hear it was once very beautiful.
That's where I think I'm going. I heard it was too.
Then look for the crown, or something that will represent it.
I will. Bring it back.
Forgive me for saying this, but I feel that there's been so much riding on this that I must. He weighs it and thinks and thinks and thinks, and then finally says it. If you betray us, I will have to kill you. There is too much riding on this. For my feelings for you as a friend, my loyalty to you as a friend.
And there's a little bit of the lips kind of quirk off to the side. Oh, of course.
These are my people. Whether Sigurdsson, Orikson, or Trimbenson. This is the restoration of a tribe and the end of a tyrant.
Resurgence of a bloodline.
I understand that to your people this may not matter as much. Or there could be a need to influence that way to your way. I am not saying you would. But I'm making sure you're aware of how serious this is from me and from many others.
I'm not all my people. I'm me. And what more influence could I want than to help make it happen?
There is many types of influences you could have from this, but like I said, I wanted to make it clear. You deserve the honesty.
If something does happen and somehow I were to betray you, all I ask is that you put me out of my misery as rapidly as possible, because I wouldn't do it willingly.
Not incline his head. I will do so with regret, but no hesitation.
I'll invite you. She just shrugs.
I will make sure that they sing that you did honorably.
Finally, it's the weirdest, saddest little smile, but she can appreciate how much that offer means. I'm not gonna risk this. Don't worry. If I don't bring it back,
Like I said,
my
I did not
packmates will.
I did not wish to lie.
I know.
And if you fall, I will come for your body. It is past time that Jürgen Horkson and I settled a debt.
There's a thoughtful kind of glance.
There's a battle. There will be. Eventually. If you fall out there and your body is not returned, I will go to Wolfsmaw myself. I have no fear of Marietta Trimminson or Jürgen Horkson or Sigurd Clausen. I have no fear of any of them. I do not care for whatever worship they follow. I'm not interested in it. My name is Leif Ulrichsen. They will know my name.
It's again kind of a soft nod and a more mellow smile this time. Either way, whether I come back or not, make sure it happens.
You still have time. I would not worry yet.
Got a lot to do
Plan your-
in very rapid order.
Plan your wedding. Pat his shoulder. That's not an ask. He smirks as he's walking outside.
That's not a what?
An ask.
Just a shake her head. Kind of, oh, sweet, awesome. She'll rouse up as he turns to go as well, following out.
Yeah, you see Maria entertaining the two ragabashes, like, ha 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 ha. You know, they're both laughing at each other awkwardly. You know what I mean? Probably Sylvia's joined them at this point, so everyone's just sitting around. And I don't know what Charlotte's doing after Leaf sits back down again.
Yeah, truth be told, on the way out, she'll probably give Maria like a squeeze around the shoulders because, oh, Maria.
Yeah, she just gives the pat. Looking at the two ragabashes, pretty much like this. Charlotte does the squeeze.
Sip. Sip. Sip.
Right, thrilling conversation.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen Raimi be quiet for this long.
Sip.
He's just enjoying the beer, ain't you, Remy?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Be fair, it's pretty good beer. Well, I have at least 2 more calls to make. And one of them is to the Wormfolk. Does anyone else need me for anything? Do any of you need anything passed to the Wormfolk?
Anything I'd tell the worm folk is something you were already going to tell them anyway. Is there anything you need me to do?
God damn it, Maria. It keeps popping up and I'm dying.
Watch me, rattlesnake boy.
Oh, I mean, apparently you need to go get marshmallows and plug in your hot plate. But other than that, no, we're good.
Okay, marshmallows, hot plate, s'mores. Yes.
Actually, Charlotte Raya,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do need something.
What's that?
I need to get out on the bay during a storm, and I need to get out into the eye of it.
Pardon? Just the quick double take of like, oh, I don't need a small thing, by the way. I need to just drop this on the table. And like, wait.
Originally, the plan was to just go out and get some water that had been touched by a storm spirit, but considering what happened out in Sunnydale, Lily needs something more powerful now.
Oh, lovely. Right, Storm. She actually, like, she goes and fishes the phone out of her pocket, then pauses and glances up. Please tell me this is a natural storm.
Yes, it's coming in about 2 days' time.
Charlotte just pulls up the that nice satellite weather pattern thing to get a look at what's rolling in.
There you go. That's why I put in the side chat for what's rolling in, KB.
Oh. Yeah, she like pulls out her phone, clicks a little bit. Does the pinchy finger zoom in and is like, oh. And you need to be in the middle of that.
Yes, I do.
On the water. Not
Yep.
on land, but on the water.
Yes.
Look, I'm a glass walker, but Jesus Christ, I don't know what I'm going to keep afloat in this. Like, just looking at it like, ugh!
You can always swim. Maria just leans back to a sip.
Well, I'm sure we all know at least, 1 or 2 people who can breathe water. I can't.
Or, you could go in the Umbra and your theory shares experience. You can make a deal with the water spirits. You could do many things, Charlotte.
Well, fine. Talk in ways that make sense. Let's see if I care.
You could just hold on to your little biddies and hope you don't get blown away.
I'll just get held up and float by them. We'll be fine.
If
Yep.
I
Oh, yeah, no.
if I had someone with a boat and a couple people to make sure I got there safely and I could get out on the bay during the storm, I'm pretty sure I could cross into the Umbra and make it to the eye.
I hate
No.
Hop
to
back out to
break
get what
it
I
to you,
need.
but taking even like she turns the phone around like with the the satellite weather map pulled up. There is no safely a boat in this.
Oh, it just says storm. No.
Big capital letters across the entire screen over and
Yeah.
over again. So
Wait, so Sylvia's looking at this now like, oh, holy shit.
the
Yeah,
better
no,
chance,
terrible idea.
as has been pointed out, is probably to cross beforehand and try to secure safe travel from, I don't know, water spirits or something.
Maria, lean in. You don't want to hear this one now complaining when you're doing that. She squeals.
Frowny face.
Isn't that right, Remy?
There's like that slow lean over to fucking Sylvie. He is really quiet, isn't he? Like super quiet. Just the little mumble, like Jesus. Right. So, glancing over to Sylvie, if you would like us to get through that completely fucking outrageous storm and be on the water and floating by the time we get to the middle of it, I suggest securing your deals in advance.
I will do so.
But if you can keep me from drowning, I can probably get you there.
You know what? I might have something for that.
Good plan. Well, you start laying that out and bring me a plan of action on that. I am going to go make a report to the Wormfoe. I'll just get it written or at least thought out so by the time I get back to Ramie's room, you have something to give me. Good deal?
Sounds like a good deal.
And in the meantime, she kind of throws up a hand. Fuck it. I guess the three of you make nice or do whatever you're going to do to plan for public housing slumber party. Just that back of the head rub, like, I can't believe I'm saying this.
All right. Well, I've already got the graham crackers and the chocolate. Sylvie, I'm pretty sure you have a steady supply of marshmallows, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Sylvie's got the marshmallows. We all have free access to hard alcohol. This is going to be an interesting evening, ladies and gentlemen. Less a slumber party, for we aren't sleeping until it happens, but a vigil. We, all of us, are going to be awake to learn about the Midnight Caller.
Man, Charles like, well, look at my wrist. Time to go.
And Raimi sets off for
Look at the watch on the
adventure.
wrist. Whoop! Look at the watch on the wrist. Whoop!
Yep, Charlotte does that. Oh man, look at for the Midnight Caller. She is not explaining that to Maria. She is running. She is ditching them so hard, harder than she has ever ditched a bundle of cleats in her life.
And
It's what everyone run away. It's like, you're weird. Just watching you all walk away.
Sorry,
Ryan, please keep me on call. I really want to do that thing. It sounds cool. Dangerous, but cool.
Yep.
Oh man, I really hope that Jack takes me out on that with you. That sounds so fun. I mean, super dangerous, but really fun.
It's going to be fucking terrifying. Let's get drunk.
Okay.
You want to come? You're more than welcome to.
I helped organize it. I'd better be invited. I helped make that push to start this thing. By the way, I have some I have some moonshine I'm bringing.
Oh, moonshine.
Yeah, family recipe. So you know,
What family did you say you were from again?
the Crows. We're on the U.S.-Canadian border on the U.S. side.
Can't say I'm terribly familiar with them.
Yeah, I know. We don't service any one specific sept.
Ah, you're all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's the same way.
Oh, are you?
Hmm.
Well, we should talk about that. But out of character, I think Torna is cueing us to end the scene. Is that right, Torna?
Oh no, kid's gotta go talk to Wormfoot, then we can end it.
Ah, okay.
Na-na-na.
Well, then, while we cut away from this to more important stuff, Wilhelm and Sylvie start talking about family.
Oh, yes.
Wilhelm runs away. Like, "Ah!"
They have like
He
this
doesn't say that.
delightful, amiable conversation about families and bloodlines as they're scampering
Mhm.
wildly. Muppet running.
But yes. Um,
There you go. Got it.
Yes. Charlotte arrives at Camp de Wormfo.
Camp de Wormfo. Yeah.
Yes.
Comes trotting down.
You see Kuiper sitting on the log, much like the picture. You see these two in conversation with him.
Oh,
It
still
looks.
going strong.
Cora's pretty happy, but that lady is. But you know, two guys going at each other. It's not heated, but ooh, that's what I'll say. Uncomfortable noises.
Ooh, well, she'll trot around. And fuck it, she'll just come on up alongside Cora or I guess across from Cora with a light nod.
Yeah,
But
Cora's
we'll,
kind of
we'll-
standing off. Cora's kind of standing off, letting Neri and Skyper go at it, essentially.
Yep. Trot up alongside her and give it a pause because at least now she's in visible range. So if they're going to wind up what they're doing, at least they know to start. Glance over. Looks exciting.
Makes that like kind of breathing elephant noise.
Oh, that good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Do I want to know what it's about?
Few things. Last report came in.
That's
Well, I gave my report on what happened the other day.
Oh, the thing Raimi was talking about?
Nods. And Yolana's body's still not been recovered, so, and judging by what the Theurge said, they smell distinctly Black Fury down there.
There's a nose scrunch. Down where exactly? I wasn't given a report.
Well, we found some old abandoned, like, probably was a house at one point. You know, maybe a club or something. We spotted Weaver, like vague-ish, like worn down Weaver spirits in the Umbra. We were scouting along the. We were scouting. I'm not going to tell you it was a hunting trip. It's a shit lie.
There's a vague smile.
Plus, we wanted to drop off some things that Sylvia was doing related to trying to get a message through to Perfidy, so we just did a kind of a 2-in-1 job. And we came across that, we investigated, and Remy went upstairs, Sylvie went downstairs, I stayed in the middle just to kind of keep everybody out. I'm sure you heard about the gunfight that happened.
Fleetingly? Like I said, Raimi's made mention of a couple things. But
Basically,
I haven't exactly
we nearly got bushwhacked. There was a
Jesus.
shot. I heard upstairs glass being broken down. I took a round in the shoulder, fired one off. Sylvia ran upstairs to get Remy, and then it just turned into all chaos.
Jesus.
Ragnar, Bones, and Damon were on standby, so thankfully we weren't flying blind. But yeah, no, we were up against it. But from what Sylvie told me and the Wormfolk kept me informed, is that there was by the looks of things, they kept Perfidy down there. Probably Shadow's Web too, and Yolana's body.
There's something of a displeased look. Not with Cora, obviously, just with the state of affairs.
I imagine they had to quickly move away due to the veil breach and all that. Considering you saw the news, right?
Oh God, let me look
There is a
back
news
over
report.
because
There is a news report of a shootout and all that shit.
Yeah.
My guess, from what Remy also found, which was a scoreboard My guess is that they were using it as a tactic to psychologically wear Perfidy down.
Oh shit.
Neri, you can imagine how she's taking that.
Does she at least know that there's some small countermeasure being done? Like, it's the side glance.
He's explaining. There was a note passed off from Perfidy as well about numbers.
What?
Perfidy left a message.
God, she's good.
So we have a vague idea of a war party at least.
All right. What kind of numbers are we looking at?
36. But that was also including kin. And they've lost a few numbers as well, considering, but it's pretty prominent, at least 3 to 4 packs strong.
Oh, we sussed out at least 3 when they did their hits. 4th makes sense if their commanding person wasn't among the people who are out.
Considering Remy and Abel and all that did a recent raid, they might have hit that pack too.
Did they take it out? So, like, kind of a puzzled glance aside. Are you still there?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, she basically just said, did they take it out?
Not sure. But I imagine, judging by from what we've been hearing, they did significant enough damage.
That'll help.
It will. And eventually Neri just throws her hands up and kind of and just starts storming away, and Cora's like, I better
Yep. You do you.
and she just trots after Neri, like, oh, Neri, come back. You know what I mean? Oh,
Hair bobbling.
Neri, come back.
Mm.
Boo-la-boo.
You can blame it all on me. Yeah. Yep, she will let that happen. And then slide in.
Scarper gives that rub on his face.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
Rough talk.
Neri Elitius is always a joy to talk to when she's angry.
I can imagine.
Especially when she does the really, really, really.
Yeah. So seeing as you
So,
have...
what can I do you for, Charlotte? What's the problem? What's the lowdown? What the fuck do you want? You know what I mean? Just eventually just says it.
Kind of grunts. You can sit down if you want to. I'm not...
I'm sitting down.
I'm...
Sits down.
She'll plunk down. She's not even going to be all official and do it across from him. She'll just plunk down next to him. Oh, for one, I apparently am woefully in need of being brought up to date. But
On which thing do you need to be brought up to date on? Rubbing his hair.
Apparently at least 2 of recent missions that I hope at least that now that they're done I can hear what was happening.
Which 2 recent missions?
Well, I know Abel's group brought back 2 kinfolk. I have
Mhm.
no idea what it took to get them. I'd like to know what kind of casualties we managed to cause, what kind of damage was caused.
They wiped everybody out. That was there, at least. They have so far confirmed that Jasmine has been moved to a larger compound. They rescued Alexios and Oscar.
Mhm.
They located some of the more high-end packs while also trying to gain better on numbers, while also possibly having a location on their main base. They also discovered the body of Shadow's Web.
Much body, yeah. And this thing that Cora, Raimi, Sylvia went on.
A hunting trip that was totally not a scouting trip, but that was
Mhm.
totally a hunting trip. Yes,
Totally
I'm
a
well
hunting
aware.
trip.
By the looks of things, they stumbled on one of the places they were probably holding Perfidy, and a few others. Perfidy managed to slip off a note, and if they hadn't have gone looking, well, they would have never have found it. So we have an idea of base numbers. This is obviously written probably before Abel's attack, so we cannot equate accuracy.
Do you have any idea? Actually, how long ago was that article about the shootout?
It's about 2 weeks now.
Though she's been out of there for a hot minute. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
she's nodding and processing. All right. Well, in the interest of completely jumping trains of thought, the threat from the Umbra, the one all the Theurges are working on, they found another hotspot, another I guess they're calling it a bubble, as it were. Sunnydale. Place where the gauntlet's so thin that you just kind of slide across. Everyone in that town is gone. I don't know if they were consumed by something or if they were turned into the things we saw on the other side, but they didn't look right. Sylvie was spitting fire about heresy. I had at least 2 Theurges with me, so I imagine they'll be making proper reports to the Right Master on what exactly those things were.
I imagine so.
But that's another whole town just ghosted now. Cars out in the middle of the street. The TV at the bar is still on. Food is still set out. No signs of a struggle or fleeing, just like everyone disappeared all at once.
I see.
And that's when the hands kind of come up and set, kind of wreathed together in her lap. And there were Silverfang Kid in that town.
From the sept?
No. No, not from the sept.
Which sept then, Charlotte?
When representatives came from the court of Wisconsin to bring Sylvie during Beltane, said they hadn't heard back from their kin in that town, and asked me to look for them, to see what was happening. I haven't made a report to them yet. But from the sounds of it, I think they already know that family's lost. So we shouldn't be dealing with outrage. If anything, I imagine they'll be grateful that we looked into it. Especially if we start working together on this. She just waves vaguely off in the direction of the docks thing as it's spreading past our protectorate at this point.
Making back behind deals with the course of Wisconsin, eh? Sure, look at you.
Oh, yes.
Smirking.
So cunning, so clever, helping people
What?
who want to
What
know
have
about
you
their
agreed to?
family.
What have you agreed to? That's what I'm more worried about.
I agreed to try to find out what happened to them, to go check.
And what is he giving you?
I don't exactly have it down in writing. And until I do, there's not much point in giving it and planning around it.
Oh, you're not telling me. Ooh, smirking.
What?
Don't want the warm foe to know your business.
Hardly. It will have
No,
something to
that's fine.
do with supporting us when we make the push against the people from St. Cloud. You mentioned being able to cut off their supply lines.
They might. Depends on what they're going to exactly do, but who knows what the Court of Wisconsin exactly means.
Oh, that is why I will ask what exactly they plan to do before I give them the information that I have recovered. Because we can't make a battle plan around they might do this or that. That's not even selfishness. That's just not sending people into a grinder.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have discovered that more bubbles are popping up. I assume you've already heard about the storms up north.
Up north,
Past Wolfsmore.
I've heard a few things. Few scattered reports, really.
All I know is that apparently there are storms of growing intensity, and that apparently with some of them, the gauntlet thins to nothing.
I've heard of that. There's been an increase in wild activity.
You know, Sunnydale, when we went there,
Mm-hmm.
both my Theurges were, both of the Theurges were very, very agitated because even with the obvious traits of more than just the wild, they couldn't find any worm taint. So while it may look like a surge of wild activity, it could very well be the same thing. It doesn't look like the wormish influence is just out there in the open. Now, after a certain point when everything went haywire, while we were there were these things that I think were the people of the town. And they were kind of shadowy, ghost-like. But some of them had these intense points of sunlight. It was kind of like, she kind of pauses, kind of like how Damon looks, except obviously not right. And after a certain point, they went hostile. They all descended on one that had been watching over the lot of them, seemed to consume him, and all of them changed into something that I have no doubt was at least a little wormish. Their faces split open, but they changed. They seem to, when something dies, cycle?
Hmm.
So it seems like killing the problem will only make it worse. Finally rubs her face. But thankfully, the only casualty was my car. So,
Well, I will encourage you as your warm foe to pursue this quite as aggressively.
oh,
Inform the court of Wisconsin of whatever deal, and if they can gain support, gain it. But also, I will now encourage you to take charge on this. I know Damon Lynch Krause, our Timmy, have a vested interest. Make sure, as much as you can, that the Black Furies cooperate. No more sneaking off from Alanthe or any of them.
for sure.
I want to know I want to know things. I want to know what we're up against.
Considering that at this point it seems pretty clear that following standard protocol would only make things worse. Yeah. Kind of imperative that we know as much as we can. Talk to them.
Good. Just nods. And if Jasper tries to offer his sister to marry me again, tell him no.
There's like a side glance and a brow quirk.
He
Noted.
seems to be very desperate.
How many times has he
Not that
offered?
his sister is. Just the once.
I understand why you say no. Or at least I think I do. Seem to remember at least one conversation in a folder. See if I can. She like checks the time on her phone. I don't know that I can get out to meet him tonight, but I do need a safe place to do it, preferably without eyes and ears.
Just a nod.
Is there anywhere in the protectorate that the Therges can't hear?
I don't know. I'm not there, am I? Smiling.
They don't keep you abreast of all of their abilities and resources?
I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they don't, but either way, if they have their business with me, I will,
I'm not asking who can see what. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a blind spot.
just do it, Charlotte, and stop worrying about what people think. Just finally pat her head, just...
Just worried someone will try to jump the gun on me again. Kinda grins over.
Then shoot them.
Well, that's very aggressive.
Just rubs his face. You know what I mean? You get the impression that
Smiling
everything after
faintly.
fucking exhausted. He cannot, you know, Skyroper's still a Galliard, man. He still has full rage. He's only paying, he only has
Yeah.
so much patience.
She says, "So that's very aggressive." With, I mean, like a little bit of a smile, but gives his shoulder a pat and a rub. All right, I'll take care of it.
Good.
And I imagine not that it needs saying, but everything that's going on, if you need me to take care of anything, all I have to do is ask.
Take care of anything. Look over smirking.
Well, I know I sure as hell
There-
can't take care of all of it, but maybe I could take something off your
There's
plate.
there is rumors that Daniel Bordeaux will challenge me to a clave duel soon.
That never ends with two people walking out, does it?
Unless they yield.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy.
I understand why he wants it.
He can want all he wants. But our Sep needs you and his Sep needs him.
It is not about that.
I know. I know that's not why it would be done. Just kind of like flips the hands up for a second, lets them flop back in her lap. And there is no way to phrase how I feel about it that isn't going to sound like I'm a cunt. So I'm not going to try. But
Are you sure?
I want to. Rest assured. I do like having an opinion. Very fond of it.
And give your opinion, Glasswall.
Side smirk. There comes a point where I feel like you have to decide whether your grievance is worth what it's going to cost. Not just you, but the people around you. I know what you need to do. I understand you've talked to me. But you're not running off to do it now. Not while we need you. And I appreciate you for that. I appreciate it so much. Because I know to you it's everything. And it's something that you have to do. But you understand that there's a time. While all this is happening, even after it's finished, we will still need you.
So I
And
am.
he's still a capable Arun. And they will
And
still
he is-
need him.
Is he to deny his idea of vengeance based on when the conflict is over? He is supposed to merely set it aside. So you can be sated. And
No.
others can be sated.
No. No, I don't expect him to just say, let bygones be bygones. But there has to be any other route to take on it.
I killed his aunt. That was me.
I'm just gonna scroll over here and check my sheet.
What you doing there, bud?
Just gonna roll some willpower there, buddy.
How much? What? Probably all over. What you put your diff at there, lady?
So far, not too bad.
Where is it? I don't see it.
I haven't rolled it yet. Jesus, pushy butt.
I'm just looking at the amazing Murray roll. No, no, Jesus.
Hey.
Close, but no close though.
Close.
Jesus.
No, it's just one of those things where, nope. It's like, I did that. And I mean, she doesn't say the thing.
That's peony.
Yeah, you can have a peony.
Tell me about your mother.
Oh God, is it that bad? It is
Tell
that
me about your
bad.
mother.
So my mom's name is Tay Tay. No, it's one of those things where she composes herself and just pushes it down. But it's one of those things where, like, you can see where someone's visibly taking the reins back. That the little roll of the head, the tongue kind of slides across the teeth. Like, nope, that can stay in.
Mm-hmm.
And she just pushes it down.
What is it, Charlotte? You're never any good at hiding things from me.
Not trying to hide things. I'm just trying
Yes,
to make
you
sure I
are.
don't speak without
Yes.
thinking.
You are. What are you trying to hide from me? What is it?
It's an argument I can't win.
Hmm.
That's what it is. Literally just
Vague.
the only person who killed anyone is the person who killed her. If there's anything that I have had to learn, it's that I can't hold myself responsible for what other people do.
Killed
And you're
ourselves.
not blameless in what led up to it, no. But you didn't kill her. And you didn't kill the child. You didn't kill anyone. You did something that was a breach of the litany. But in all that I have learned, it's not a breach of the litany that calls for death. So you, even taking full blame for that litany breach, still did not kill her because it didn't necessitate her death. They killed her. They did that. Not you.
I broke the law, the litany, and so did she.
You did. You absolutely did.
And that is punishable by death.
Perhaps if you had risked a cairn.
There are no
But-
silver fang medis, Charlotte.
That is not because the litany is being duly processed. Raya. That is because that is the extent to which it's taken by the people who can.
Oh boy. I just put it like that. That's the look you get. You know what I mean? The zoom.
Raya, to say that any tenet of the litany merits a death sentence is to say that any time someone disrespects someone beneath them or disobeys someone who outranks them, they deserve to die. That's not reasonable.
The litany was broken, Charlotte.
It was. And there are
And not just the disrespecting your elders, the very core, the first one.
very core is to not cause a cairn to be violated. The only thing we can all agree on and all punish with the same punishment. It is wrong to break the litany. It is wrong to lay with another guru. I'm not saying it's not.
No, but you were
But
trying
I
to
would
justify.
never
something.
give a death sentence over it. It's bad. And it has to be punished. But it doesn't merit a death sentence. And as far as I can tell, you have been punished for it. And she was, from my perspective, as good as murdered. There is proper punishment. And it's possible that taking that to its natural conclusion would have killed her. But at least she would have had the chance to live.
She is gone.
She is.
And I will have taken careful steps to regain her honor back, as well as my own. And it will end when it ends.
I know.
But the litany was broken.
No.
And I understand why Daniel has cause.
One might beg to make the point that if the Philodoxes who punished you thought that you deserved to die, his complaint is over their process to kill you for that act that you are already punished for.
You could say the same for me going to duel my brother, couldn't you? But I'm still
Your
going
brother
to do it.
invited the duel.
His fist clench. You see it for the first time. He looks like he's about to snap at you, but he stops himself. Like his fist do. You see the one fist clench.
Yeah,
And I invited.
She will
And
lick
I
the lips and look
invited
away.
invited him by killing his aunt. The man has cause. And I will not stop him if he comes to fight me. I will duel him, and if I win, I win. But I will not deny a man the idea of vengeance when it is something I seek. Then I wouldn't be no better. You just stand up.
Yeah, she again just kind of licks her lips, but does not. She's not gonna stop him. She's already made him angry enough.
I will speak to you later. It just, puts the clave in its sheet and will just, keep it, in his jacket and start walking off.
Yeah, she finally just stands up, gives her hair an angry ruffle, kind of that fucking stupid ruffle, and just whew, goes ahead and gets out of his camp. That's his place.
No, he actually leaves the camp, yeah, Scarper fucked off. Like, proper fucked off. It's like, nope, we are leaving.
Oh yeah. She will make sure she doesn't head in too near the same direction. She doesn't want him to think she's following him, and she doesn't want to just bump into him again after that.
And so, yeah, do you want any deal?
Yeah, she will take some time to chill out and then rejoin Team Cleith.
Let's join in.
Can you